Frida! Frida! Dolly, my dear. Our children. Shower them with all of your love. They need you. I beg of you! Don't do this!
Well, the ringleted Goldilocks himself. I see you cut a striking figure as ever.
Spare me your prattling. Lord Johannes awaits us.
Murders, you say?
Indeed. Many cases as of late. Our summons may be related.
I'm flattered, but why can't the police of the blood handle this sort of thing?
Apparently, Trump is somehow involved. This isn't their jurisdiction. Therefore, the board has decided it's best to call us. We serve the top secret intelligence forces. A situation such as this is precisely why the Vlad Agency was created. Greetings, sir.
It's been a while since the two of you have darkened my doorstep. You've served the Vlad Agency for some time now. How long exactly?
Nearly 9 months now, sir.
I see. That long, eh?
Lord Johannes, I do enjoy a pleasant conversation once in a while, but I would assume that we weren't summoned here for chit-chat.
Dolly!
I would appreciate if you were to get to the bloody point.
Your assumption's correct, so I shall skip the pleasantries. Recently, there have been a string of murders. I would like you both to investigate them.
I knew it. I've taken the liberty to look over the reports.
Of course. Always showing initiative, aren't you?
The reports imply they could be random attacks. Seems there's no indication that the victims are connected.
It may appear that way at first. But upon investigation, we found this card's been left at the scene of each murder.
A blood-stained note that says equal death is given. This vamp is no Trump. How cryptic. So, in theory, are you suggesting the perpetrators actually believe that Trump exists?
I'm curious as to both your opinions.
If I may, sir, the very notion of Trump is nothing but a fairy tale, or that's what the entire world needs to believe.
I agree. But Trump's existence is very real, living on somewhere in this world as we speak. The one known as True Vamp, originator of our race. As the legends tell us, this ancient being begat our entire species. One could say this entity is akin to our god. Every single vampire not only shares a unique mental connection with True Vamp, but is fully under the influence of this being. Now, suppose something catastrophic were to happen. Something that disturbed Trump.
You're suggesting that such an event would spell out the utter collapse of vamp society. Am I right? Considering the effort that needs to be given to avoid the wrath of a moody god, I can think of nothing more tedious.
How dare you criticize the duty we uphold to preserve the prosperity of our people?
That said, if an incident occurs that winds up having some kind of effect on Trump, it may lead to a catastrophe. For that reason, I would like the two of you to lead the investigation.
I respectfully decline. Apologies, sir, but I'm afraid I must humbly refuse the assignment. Excuse me.
Hey! Stop! Come back here! Dolly! That's hilarious! He turned down your request and just walked away?
This isn't a matter to laugh about, Sir Enrique.
Pardon me. You're right. I know. It's just that sounds exactly like something Dolly Boy would do.
Well, if these cards were intentionally left behind at the scene of each one of the murders,
I would guess it's the work of a zealous cult that believes in the existence of Trump. Or perhaps... That's possible. Or maybe the killer's hell-bent on murdering vamps, going around killing them one by one to see if they're immortal or not. And who knows the number of innocent vamps they'll have to slaughter in order to find Trump.
Sir Enrique, that's enough. This matter will need to be dealt with in secret, and immediately before it gets any further out of hand.
I agree. That's exactly why I wanted Dolly at the helm of the task force I'm assembling.
The man's the head of the esteemed Delico family. Yet he snubs a job as crucial as this. That's nothing short of dereliction of duty.
Why must you always take things so seriously, Dino? If Lord Johannes entrusted this delicate matter to the hands of Dolly, I'd say he is expected to live up to it.
Then it would fall upon us to force Sir Dolly to perform his duties.
True. In fact, it's arguably your obligation. However, you'll find it no easy task. It'll be apparent upon your arrival there, but you'll soon understand the predicament Dolly Delico faces.
Oh, dear. Why couldn't the old man just spit it out instead of trying to build suspense?
Sir Enrique,
Dino,
you'd do well to adopt a manner more becoming of your station.
you'd do well not to be so judgmental. Isn't it what's on the inside that counts?
I have serious doubts about what lies within as well.
Oh, is that so? I can attest to the fact that our Dolly boy is a big deal. So I understand why Lord Johannes pinned his hopes on him.
It's quite obvious. The Delico family is one of the oldest aristocratic houses in all of vampire society. Its previous heads have risen to tremendous heights, such as chairing the Blood Pact Council. From his earliest days, Sir Dolly's influence was such that the council's most prominent members took stock of him.
Oh, I must say, this is impressive.
Welcome to the Delico estate. Master Dolly awaits, gentlemen.
Dino, who is this weird old geezer we're following?
He's most likely a Delico servant.
Looks like he'll collapse any second now. You think he'll be okay?
Pardon the interruption, gentlemen. Now I shall escort the three of you to Master Dolly's chambers.
All right, thanks.
Before we go any further, I must implore you, no matter the state in which you may find Master Dolly, stay calm and do try to contain your bewilderment.
Has something happened to Dolly?
I believe it would be better that you saw him with your own eyes. Right this way, gentlemen.
Okay, I'm starting to panic just a little. Dolly, don't worry! We're here! Stop crying! And stop running this instant! What's going on? Wait! Dolly?
My apologies.
So, I'm lost here.
I finally got the boy down for a nap. Children do cry so very much. Their tiny bodies appear weak, but somehow they have endless strength when it comes to crying. It's dreadful, if I were to be honest.
What is the meaning of all this?
Huh? Forgive me, I'm not sure exactly what you're asking.
You're neglecting the duties you're given. And here I thought you'd been beset by some critical affair. But looking after your children?
Is that why you've come all this way?
How can you say such a thing? Why don't you just leave the young children in the hands of their appointed nanny?
Come to think of it, you have a son, right? If I remember, he's around Raphael's age. It's Angelico, is it not?
What of it?
Well then, you should fully understand. You know how much trouble raising a child can be.
Have you gone mad? Child rearing isn't for nobility?
I don't happen to agree with your statement.
What?
All right, let's settle down. Isn't it great to see Dolly Boy's doing so well? We were very worried. We thought you might have come down with an illness or something like that.
Same goes for you two. Enrique, Dino, you both have kids, right?
Yeah, I do. Twin girls that have turned 5 already. It's hard for me to believe it.
My son Theodore will be turning 7 quite soon.
Then, when it comes to child rearing, you gentlemen seem to be more experienced. I'd love to hear some advice and more about your approaches.
I mostly sit back and leave things to the nanny.
Dreadful. How can it be that aristocrats of our importance could stoop so low as to personally care for our children? It's inconceivable.
I do understand the situation at hand. But as of now, you are to return to work!
As I said, I must respectfully decline. And I recall telling Lord Johannes the same.
Don't be such a fool! Have you forgotten the Vlad Agency's mission?
Keeping some ridiculous notion of a moody god happy.
Our sacred duty for the survival of our species!
Our duty. Is that right? As far as I'm concerned, keeping diapers clean is a far more pressing matter.
Dolly, you can't be serious! Comparing the survival of our race against clean nappies?
All I'm saying is at this very moment, it's more important than your sacred duty.
Even if you choose to believe that, Lord Johannes thinks otherwise. In fact, he's of the opinion you're a critical piece to solving this case.
Dino's right. He thinks pretty highly of you, Dolly Boy.
How is that any concern of mine?
Dolly! Have you completely lost all your nerve?
I'm only doing what I was asked. Oh, that's just great. And here I was hoping they'd both be asleep a bit longer.
Wait! Get back here! Dolly!
Who do you think would ask such a thing?
If I were to wager a guess, Sir Gerhard would have some sort of idea on that.
Okay, I've got you. Daddy's here. Your incredible, loving, and exhausted father is right here now. Don't be scared. There's nothing to be afraid of. I'd chase off anything that might try and frighten my little boy.
Hey, we are not finished yet, Dolly.
Oh, it's Gerhard. His timing is perfect. Here, take off. Only for a moment?
What? Pardon? You, silence! You're being a nuisance! Be quiet at once!
Yelling at the poor child won't make him stop crying.
Are you attempting to curse the young infant, Gerhard?
Why don't one of you get over here and take him yourself?
Who, me? No. I am not prepared.
Sorry. Caring for small children is uncharted territory for me.
Well, it is for me, too!
Is it his nappy?
Why not try changing it?
I obviously have no idea how!
What's all this? 3 men intimidated by one small child. Truly a sorry sight to behold indeed. Here, hand him over. There, I've got you now, dear. What's the matter? Your nappy appears to be a bit dry, little O. Does that mean someone is ready to eat then?
Wait, are you able to understand the baby?
I most certainly am, of course. I changed Master Delico's diapers countless times when he was this age.
Are you talking about Dolly Boy?
Now, why would that surprise you? Fact is, each and every one of us has worn a diaper at some point.
I'd be grateful if your imagination stayed in check. If you're the nanny of this estate, then why impose such work on Dolly? He is the head of the Delico family. The last thing he should be bothered with is child rearing.
And yet the master chooses to have it no other way. Even with the title of head of the Delico family, he's determined to raise the young masters all by himself. Well, with support. No more than the bare minimum, of course.
But why? What has the man so fixated that he'd abandon his responsibilities?
Master Gerhard, I suspect you are well aware of the answer you seek.
Clara, you're here.
Yes, but not for very long, sir.
Enough time for some idle chatter, I'm sure. Now, want some milk? Tasty and warmed up to body temperature, too. Enrique, do you mind?
Not at all. Sure.
Are you hungry?
Oh, here.
Thank you. Now. Seems I knew exactly what my boy was asking for. Slow down. No need to drink it all in one gulp. You see, I'm busy. Though I do appreciate you gentlemen's concern for my well-being. The fact of the matter is, I've made it very clear to Lord Johannes that my children take up the majority of my time. Perhaps this would be best regarded as an extended leave of absence.
Very well. If that is what you wish, I suppose we'll have to proceed without you.
I disagree. It is unacceptable. Our official duties must always take precedence over familial affairs.
So what do you think, Gerhard? Share that opinion?
It was Frida. It's her wish. That is what has compelled you to make this decision.
Dolly, our children, shower them with all of your love. They need you.
Her wishes are none of your concern.
None of my concern. How can you even say that? I'm bound to her. She died by my own hand. I carry that burden.
Is that true? Gerhard's responsible for her death? I'm shocked.
And you resent me for that, don't you?
Nonsense. Your fears are unfounded. In fact, I'm rather grateful to you. Child rearing's like nothing else. There seems to be an infinite number of ways one can go about it. But I believe I can master it if I set my mind to it. I'll raise my boys myself, ensure that they're disciplined and well-adjusted.
This cannot stand. A man of your pedigree should not resolve himself to a lifetime of obscurity.
You would rather I live according to your personal expectations of me. I must say that's typical of you, Gerhard. But I've made up my mind. I won't be returning to my duties.
A lead investigator can't abandon a case like this!
Did you not hear me? I have my hands full with...
Then handle all your affairs! You still have an obligation to Vlad. So balance that with the one to your children.
Handle them both? How novel.
The Dolly Delico I know is always up to the task, no matter how difficult.
That's your real opinion of me.
You are a man of profound ability. I would never sell you short, so please don't make a liar of me. I implore you.
You expect me to balance my work and my family. Seems a ridiculous request. Yet you insist. I do hate to disappoint, so I accept. With that said, I have a few conditions.
Meaning?
Oh, wait, I saw you! You did! No, I said that I was just borrowing it.
So the challenge is on all of us to balance the responsibilities of work with that of family.
Quite difficult conditions indeed. But he's left us with no other choice.
I, for one, am beginning to doubt if it's even possible.
Father, you need to get my toy back for me.
Handle it yourself, son. Of course, Dolly's nowhere to be seen.
All the relevant case materials have been delivered. And as of now, the Delico estate will serve as temporary headquarters for the murder investigation.
I appreciate it, sir.
I have doubts. Is this for the best?
Well, sir, it goes back to Gerhard's rather salient point. A man of my stature should be able to raise his own children without abandoning his post. Besides that, my curiosity has been piqued. How will they fare as fathers?
How indeed.
It should prove quite the show. They're all very proud men. If they demand this much of me, they must return it in kind. Surely they'd rather die than give in to failure.
Child rearing with a dose of creeping intrigue. No small challenge in either.
I'm looking forward to it.
If you ask me, I can't tell if this is a headquarters or a nursery.
That's brilliant. And thus, I propose a new name for this location. Our Investigative Command Center will hereby be known as the Nursery.
Oh, Professor Klaus, are you all right?
You know that class is about to begin, yes?
Will he not be there again?
It's a mystery. He's still in the clan. Hello there.
Hey! What are you reading there? Yeah, what are you reading?
Oh, right. Do you mean this? It's just work stuff.
What do you mean by work? Yeah, I don't know what that is either.
You see, as you get older, you'll find work to be extremely important.
Why is it so important? Yeah, tell us.
It simply is. As appealing as it sounds, you can't play around all the time.
Huh? That's so weird. And boring. Lucia and I want to play forever and ever. Hey, how about we play a game of tag? Here, try and catch me. Wait, I wasn't ready. Come on, Slowpoke.
Sir Enrique, would you please explain to me what exactly have you been teaching your disorderly children?
Teaching them? Well, I find them happiest when left to their own devices.
Raphael stole my tree from me. I told him it was mine and he thinks it's his and he won't give it back.
It's mine. You dropped yours somewhere.
Hey, what's the matter, Ron? What's got my little boy crying so? Don't worry, your wonderful father is right here with you.
This is a nightmare. I must object! This whole thing is unbearable!
Lower your voice, Gerhardt. You're going to wake the other children. We just got them to take their nap.
How vexing. This situation isn't feasible. Balancing our sacred duty and child rearing. I'm telling you, it can't be done.
This idea was born of your own counsel, was it not?
Yes, that's true. There's no denying it. But still...
I see. You are asking me to do something that you are incapable of pulling off.
So, am I the only one who feels odd about our HQ being inside the kids' room?
It's perfect. How else would we keep our children under surveillance while investigating the case?
That should be entrusted to the household staff.
Well, then I'd hardly be balancing anything, now would I?
While we debate this nonsense, the murder count continues to spiral upwards. Officers have been posted in various locations, but we have yet to get any verifiable reports.
Sounds like we're all out of leads.
The culprit may be something of a professional in regard to murder.
Not just one. It appears to be several. The fatal blow is always a stab wound to the heart. At first glance, it seems to be the work of a single suspect, but the details differ in each case. A variety of injuries. Broken bones, scratches, contusions. It's almost as if each one of the assailants were expressing their individuality.
Each one?
I'd say we're looking at possibly 4, maybe 5 attackers.
A pack of roving thrill killers, then.
Well, no. There wouldn't be any reason for the cards if that were the case.
You think there's some sort of special meaning?
Smacks of conjecture.
What could they mean by equal death is given? This vamp is no trump. Is it possible the culprits are killing just about anyone they can, in hopes of getting close to true a vamp?
Hardly. I'd wager this is some sort of propaganda.
What do you mean?
They seem to be making an appeal to the public about their agenda and moral values.
But for what purpose?
It's very likely another phase to this case will unfold.
Another phase, you say?
The thought sends chills down my spine.
All right, that's enough with the frivolous comments.
Hey, Papa. Are you discussing something important?
Oh, you've woken up from your nap already? Angelico, what's wrong?
I need to go potty. Really bad.
Angelico! You know better. Are you pestering us with your insignificant nonsense of a dilemma?
Come on, Gerhard. He's still your son. No need to be harsh.
All right, Angelico. Would you like for me to go with you?
I'll go too.
Sure. This way. Gerhard Fra, I fully intend to balance this case and tend to my children. Why not stake our pride on this? Let's give our children a fine example of what remarkable fathers we can be.
Wait! Dolly! Dolly!
You gentlemen seem to be working hard.
Stop right there! Angelico is of my own blood. Thus I'll be the one to escort him. You will interfere no longer.
Well, look, Angelico. There's hope for your father after all. A befitting attitude for the head of the Fra family.
Come along.
Well, you could at least hold the boy's hand. Uh-oh. Oh, right here. Raphael, head back to your room, please. Is it book time already? Or you're in need of a new nap?
So much hostility between them. What is Gerhard's issue with Dolly Boy?
What are you on about?
I mean, if he hadn't wound Dolly Boy up like that, you and I wouldn't have gotten dragged into this whole ordeal.
Delico and Fra. Their families have been rivals for generations now. I would assume that he was reluctant to see Sir Dolly end his career over such a trifling matter.
The thing is, you remember what Gerhard said, don't you?
She died by my own hand. I carry that burden.
So it's true. Frida was Dolly Boy's wife.
Yes. There was a raid on the Delico estate. From what I gathered after reading the reports, Frida was under a certain one's thrall and was being controlled via their initiative. As you know already, we vamps are able to assert mental domination over those we sink our teeth into. She was bitten by one of the attackers, and thus followed their every command.
So that's why he killed her, because Frida was being controlled?
The report didn't specify the exact reason.
I still don't get it, though. Gerhard looked him in the eyes and told him that he killed his wife. So then why would Dolly Boy express his gratitude?
Our speculation on this matter is not necessary. At this moment, our goal is to...
Yeah, all right, I get it. That's the aristocratic way, right? Man, the Flat Agency is chock full of some real oddballs.
That's rich coming from you. Our job is to ensure that the true vamp isn't disturbed in any way possible. And that means putting an end to these violent attacks before they can provoke such an undesirable outcome.
Along with the added burden of child rearing. They're feral monsters when they're awake. But precious angels during nap time.
My, such a dubious statement. Shouldn't you also find them precious when they're awake?
By the way, your little Theodore's a well-behaved young man.
Well, of course. I am his father, after all.
Yeah, I know. I've got a more laissez-faire approach. Where is he?
What are you doing out here, Raphael?
Father told me to go to my room.
Then why aren't you there?
Because I need to use the potty.
There's nothing stopping you.
Will you come with me, please?
Why should I? I envy all of you, with your fathers doting on you so. Perhaps you're more like me than I thought. Left all alone now that Ol's taken the spotlight.
That isn't true. I'm not alone.
I don't see anyone else, do you?
No, you're wrong, Theodore. Ol would never take my father away from me.
If that's what you want to think, go right ahead.
Boogity boogity ba! Look at me, I'll do it once more. Boogity boogity ba! What's gotten into you?
It's Raphael. He's crying.
Just you wait, Dolly. I'll balance this case. And my duty as a father perfectly as well.
Are we missing Raphael?
The last time I saw him, he was following you.
Gerhard and Angelico have been scarce for a good while, too.
Master Delico, it's Master Gerhard.
Stay still. No squirming.
Well, I'll be damned.
Please just...
Do my eyes deceive me?
We're not putting on a show for you.
No, of course not. But do you care to explain this scene?
Look, your eldest son has made a complete mess of himself. I simply thought it best that the lad be bathed while his clothes are being washed. I told you to stop squirming. And no crying.
Master Theodore, welcome home. Good evening, sir. Welcome back.
Indeed.
Is there some sort of problem, sir?
None to speak of. But I need those case materials brought to my study at once.
Consider it done, sir.
So stupid.
Sir, beg your pardon. Not to be meddlesome, but this case seems to be troubling you. I've been in your service for many years now. Rarely have I seen that look on your face. When it comes to the Vlad Agency, I'm well aware that secrecy and protection of information is of the utmost importance. So let me assure you, I have no intention on prying.
Of course. I would certainly expect you not to.
No. However, I must say that I find Sir Dolly's proposal extremely odd, mixing casework with children.
It won't be a problem.
Are you positive?
What are you driving at, Albrecht? Go on, out with it.
Forgive my saying so, but I'm concerned. Young Master Theodore looked to be unwell.
He has always been a quiet boy. I would imagine the ruckus and cacophony must have been exhausting for a child such as him.
I suppose that may indeed be the case. But considering his young age, have you given a thought to remarrying?
I've had more than my fair share of wives over the years, and they all seem to take their leave of me sooner or later. As I see it, that should prove to be a good indicator of future betrothals. In the end, I'll wind up on my own again, and thus I no longer have need for a wife.
I understand, sir, but there's a certain arrogance to that point of view.
Perhaps so, yet it's simply who I am.
A wife may not be necessary for you, but it's quite possible the young master may be in need of a mother.
You do realize a mother is more than just a child's accoutrement.
Yes, of course. if you'd only consider letting the nanny and the rest of the staff help.
That won't be necessary. For the rest of this mission, I shall take responsibility for my son's care. That includes handling discipline as well. Dolly Delico made that clear in his request.
Sorry, Father.
The wine is quite good. I think that you'd like it too if you try some.
What I'd like is an explanation.
For?
Come now. Why did you take the girls with you?
Oh, because Dolly Boy asked me to. He's made the peculiar demand that we balance solving the case with raising the children. You know how he is. Once his mind is set on something, he has no appetite for reason.
And I have none for foolishness. Dragging our sweet daughters into a Vlad agency case. I just can't imagine why he would make such a request.
Well, he's always been a bit unorthodox, but his wits are unmatched within the Blood Pact Council. Lord Johannes insisted that he participate. He says we won't solve this case without him. That's to say, it's a rather dangerous one. In fact, the very survival of the vampire race is at stake. A mission that may justify sacrificing one's children.
I do hope you're not serious.
There's no need to worry. I'll keep the kids safe. I would hate to cause their dear mother any further distress. My vow to you.
A clever response, I'll give you that.
Hey, Father!
Now why are you two still awake?
It's Lucia's fault. She says she can't sleep unless you read us a story. Can't you? Oh, yeah.
My word! I've been looking everywhere for you girls. Please, I beg your forgiveness, Master. I shall put them to bed this instant.
Huh?
It's quite all right. Now, since you asked nicely, I would love to read you a story tonight.
Yay! Will Mother come too? I really want her to be there.
I'm surprised you need to ask. Of course she will. Yeah?
Who's there? Angelico, why are you awake?
I was hoping that I could sleep in your bed tonight, Father.
That's enough. I won't tolerate any more of your nonsense. You are the heir to the prestigious Fra family. I keep telling you to carry yourself as such.
But I'm still a child.
That may be, but you're a noble before a child. You do well to remember whose name you bear.
Yes, sir.
Very good. If that's all, go to your room. Did you not hear what I said? Return to your room now.
Father, I had a good time in the bath today.
You're a noble before a child. Just what in the hell am I even saying?
No, what's wrong now? Milk time is over, and you've got a fresh nappy. What still got you in tears? I'm right here, so cease your crying. Come on. You finally stopped resisting. I do hope that it carries all the way until morning. Well, Frida, it seems child-rearing poses a challenge. Of all my tasks, this one proves to be most difficult. But rest easy. Nothing is too difficult for Dolly Delico. I'll keep raising our boys, for that's my life's purpose.
You guys, how much longer is this gonna take? Soon I'll be the one dying of boredom.
Don't move! Police of the blood.
Oh wow, should I show these brave gentlemen some love?
Please be my guest, because we can't allow them to arrest us now, can we?
They were killed?
Yes, sir. The culprits were confronted by a police of the blood squadron shortly after they had killed again.
Right, and it sounds like they continued the massacre.
There is one survivor. He's been hospitalized, but his condition is questionable.
What do you mean, questionable?
Oh, yes. Doctors performed a full examination on the victim and discovered bite marks on his neck.
If there are bite marks,
Then that means they're controlling him through initiative.
All is done to honor the name of Trump. That is the way of Pendulum. They're using the officer to make a statement on their behalf.
Pendulum. A device used in a search or for dowsing specifically.
but also the name of the vile criminal syndicate that worships Trump.
Well then, it's fair to assume the organization is behind this.
If so, then our next move should be questioning the officer.
About that.
He jumped out of a window. He was ordered to take his life after delivering the message.
That's a rather elaborate trick, I'd say.
Dolly?
Oh, forgive me. It's amusing how much I underestimated this mystery syndicate. Pendulum, eh? This won't be the first time we've crossed paths. Balancing both of my duties is proving more formidable than I thought.
We are proud aristocratic vamps. Why bother with such trifles?
Provisions are as equally important here as our mission. A matter of life and death.
He's got a good point.
That may be. However, cooking should be left to the cooks.
Also a good point.
Always the same with you. To be honest, it's become tiresome.
Nonsense. I won't be convinced otherwise.
Hey! Wouldn't you rather play with the others instead of reading?
Why would I fool around with a bunch of children?
You forget you're also just a child yourself!
My days of being a child are over.
What are you saying? You're still a kid. Not much different than the rest of the bunch.
There's no fooling us. We know you want to play too.
I don't want anything to do with those juveniles. As heir to the House of Classico, I have to grow up.
No need to pretend with us. We know everything there is to know about you, Venusaur.
Just shut up!
Why don't you go ask permission from your daddy?
I could never do such a thing as that.
There you go again, trying so hard.
What's wrong with being a little selfish every once in a while?
Just be quiet and go away!
Fine. I suppose I'm responsible for demonstrating how it's done.
Excuse me?
Why are you so stubborn, Dolly boy? Smells fantastic.
Doesn't it? All that's left is to wait for it to simmer.
I have an objection to make.
Oh? Then by all means, let's hear it.
What, pray tell, is the purpose of us being in the kitchen?
Isn't it obvious? We're preparing a delicious dinner.
Hence me asking why we're the ones preparing it, Dolly.
You're exhausting, Gerhard. There is much more purpose in this meal. This is how we feed our children. Seeing to their nutritional needs is a crucial part of raising them.
Just look at them! You've deprived your cooking staff of their jobs. What are they supposed to do?
The required wages are still being met regardless. So what's the problem? Wouldn't you agree, Chef?
If this is what you wish, sir.
Chef! It's almost as if you can't even comprehend the meaning of employment, paying them to lounge about.
I must say, I surprise even myself. I've always believed I was capable of a lot of things in life, but I never imagined it would be cooking like a first-rate chef.
I get the feeling you'd bounce back even if you lost it all, Dolly boy.
This isn't funny.
Now then, The stew will be ready after cooking for a while. In the meantime, I could use some help peeling the blood cherries.
Sure thing.
Say, Sir Dolly, might we temporarily pause this little charade? Anything distracting us from our mission is unacceptable.
We're on the defensive right now. Officers are being stationed across town as we speak. Our only choice is to wait.
All is done to honor the name of Trump. That is the way of Pendulum. I wonder what that means. It's odd that the perps are intentionally revealing themselves.
A warped turn of events. I can only imagine it's some sort of mockery towards us.
It feels more complicated.
Not as much as you'd think. It's actually quite simple. They want us to know they're the ones responsible for the murders.
So, a statement, but not one meant for widespread public knowledge.
Their way of a personal introduction to the Vlad Agency. Is that what you mean?
The idea these criminals know of our organization's existence.
It's quite possible that they placed a spy within the Blood Pact Council.
Pendulum. They're one of Vamp Society's preeminent criminal organizations. When Gerhardt and I were inquisitors, the Syndicate gave both of us a rather difficult time.
So, a group who worships the god of vampires, true of Vamp, all while simultaneously operating various criminal enterprises. And if these killings are also their handiwork, I wonder, what's their real objective?
A grand guignol. The ceremony for presenting Trump, the immortal and undying forefather of vamps, with a public display of death.
All vamps are mentally linked to Trump, and the Grand Guignol was conceived for one purpose, apparently. The goal is to provide what they cannot have, a death-like experience to the undying true of Vamp.
So they're providing death?
Allow me to be straightforward here. Clearly, there's something of significance between you and Pendulum, is there not?
Indeed. Not too long ago, in fact, I found myself the intended target of a Grand Guignol ritual.
Dolly.
For the duration of this case, it's fair to assume we all share the same fate. So tell us what we need to know.
I've no interest in keeping this secret. To that end, I suppose I'll start from the very beginning. A year ago, I was hunting a certain individual, Barlock Bell. Cocoon-faced vamps that enrolled in the clan were vanishing one by one, and Bell was the prime suspect in these disappearances.
I've heard of this case. Young boys and girls in their cocoon phases gone missing. An utterly disturbing affair, to say the least.
Barlock was imprisoning those children, performing all manner of cruel experiments that involved initiative.
Tasty.
Vamps who bite their victim gain absolute control over them, all for a deranged study that's meant to explore the nature of vamphood. The captive children who were placed under initiative lost their free will. And that's not the worst of it. The young captives under Pendulum were subject to even more depraved and wicked experiments prior to being cast aside.
Experiments on the living.
Barlock was considered a person of great interest, so I began tracking him down. However, he'd already begun to make his move before the investigation could reach him.
And now, it's showtime, my puppets!
And that was the night. Barlock took every one of his underlings and cocoon-faced vamps he had control of through initiative, and ordered them to storm the gates to my estate. Go and hide now. And then one of them gained initiative over my beloved wife. Frida was given the order to do the unthinkable. One simple command: to kill everyone she loved. And that order alone is the reason why she tried to kill me. No, it can't be. Frida!
Forgive me, Dolly. But I will not allow you to die here.
Well, that explains everything. All this time, Sir Gerhard's undying concern for your well-being is out of a sense of guilt for killing your wife.
A humorous thing to say, don't you agree? But I'd rather you two not underestimate old Gerhard.
What do you mean by that?
This is Gerhard, the esteemed noble master of the House of Fra. He'd never let personal feelings affect his performance. Also, let us not forget, I'd be dead if it weren't for him. To be frank, if I'd taken better precaution as to not get cornered that night, he wouldn't have felt the need to dirty his own hands for me. In short, I am forever indebted to him.
Honestly, I don't care for the way you put that.
I just cannot fathom all this.
Hey, it's fine now.
This Barlock Bell, who kidnapped dozens of children, the one responsible for the attack on your residence, I'm assuming he was once a member of Pendulum?
Yes, that's correct.
Is it possible he's connected to this?
Barlock Bell met his demise at the end of that case.
He's dead?
How shocking.
Obviously, we know nothing about the magnitude of Pendulum's operation. But if they are, in fact, multiple religious zealots who worship the forefather of Vamps, elimination of this group becomes our new priority.
This cult has been a fount of chaos for far too long. It's time we rooted them out. That is what the Vlad Agency was founded for, after all.
Irritating. I loathe having to sit by and wait for them to make a move. I mean, every moment we waste could be another potential murder, you know.
Our sacred duty has never been the protection of individual citizens. We are to ensure the survival of our entire race. Sacrifices are...
Smells good. The stew should be nearly finished cooking by now. In the meantime, I shall check on all. You men can take it from here.
Hold on, wait!
I finally understand. Maybe Dolly Boy's intention here is loving his boys on behalf of his wife.
Could you try not casually spouting such revolting notions?
It's a curse. Unbearable.
They're all so wonderfully lively.
Careful! You don't want to fall and scrape your knees, do you?
See that? Look. What do you think, Hall? You're way up in the air. What a smile. Well, you may be full of vigor when you're crying. That smile could dismantle the largest army. Now listen, my boy. You'll be entering your cocoon phase someday. Something every vamp does once they're old enough. And when that moment arrives, you'll go stay with our people at the clan for a while. You'll meet children who will become some of your lifelong friends while you're there. You'll laugh together, argue together, and play lots of games. Before you know it, you'll be all grown.
You stop playing. Is there something wrong, dearie?
Look there.
I feel so strange. Well, this can't be good.
Master Dolly, are you all right?
Father, wake up! Please, Mother!
My Frida.
Did I wake you, Dolly? Come now, love. I think you'd seen a ghost by that look on your face.
Haven't I? Although I'm not frightened. In truth, I've longed for a visit.
Have you?
If you're worried about us, there is absolutely no need. We had a bit of a scare today, but Dolly Delico's child-raising skills are without equal.
Of course, you're putting all your heart into it, yes?
You know me. Little Raphael, Anto. I'll see to it that they both grow up right.
Yes, but don't push yourself too hard.
I'd never dream of it. What did I just say? These children are no challenge for a man like me.
My final wish was that you care for our beautiful boys. That you shower them with all your love. How typical of you. You've thrown every bit of energy you have into the task at hand.
Frida, don't go.
I'm sorry I can't be by your side. But don't carry this burden alone.
Frida, please.
I'm so glad to see you're awake and alert. Had me worried.
Wait, how is all?
As perfect as ever. Not so much as a scratch on him.
That's good.
And as for you, it's important that you get all the rest that you can.
Where are the children?
Yes, very good. Stay seated and draw.
Go! You're the world's slowest horsey!
My word.
Sir Dolly, you're looking rather dazed.
Balancing the mission with taking care of the children was your idea, so you should be happy.
And that is what we're doing, though it has taken every last shred of my patience.
You're the leader of this team, are you not? We are simply following orders given by our senior officer in charge.
In the end, though, the mission takes priority.
We'll find out who's behind these serial murders, won't we, children?
What's a serial murder? Being mean to cereal? Something fun? Tell us!
Don't think that I'd call it fun, but it's a very important part of the work we're doing. Plus, once it's taken care of, I'll have more time to play with you.
Oh, hooray! Then take care of it real fast, will you? It's no fair if they're the only ones who get to. Yeah, what about me?
I'm sure Gerhard would love to play as well. Part of minding children is entertaining them, so it's absolutely crucial here.
Very well, then. I swear on the honor of House Fra, I will give it my all in play.
You really mean it? For real? You'll play with us?
I always keep my word.
That's great, Angelico! We can all have fun together! Yeah! You'll play too, won't you, Raphael? Oh, sure. Well, let's go! Let's go!
You should go with them, Theodore. I know you'd rather be playing, right?
Leave me alone. I'm sick of you.
My goodness, what a stubborn little boy!
Why would you hide how you really feel? They're right, you know.
You don't have to pretend.
Sir Dolly, I beg your pardon.
Yes, what do you need?
We'd heard about what happened and that you'd awoken.
It was just a minor setback, but now I'm hale and hearty.
Oh, sir,
You're trying to tough it out again, I see.
Yeah, sorry.
You've been pushing yourself lately, and we're all aware that the work you're doing is very important. You need to be healthy for your job and your children.
That's true.
So, to that end, we've prepared a special meal for you today.
What is this?
A soup made from the freshest duck's blood.
Oh.
And since you're recovering from your fainting spell earlier, I thought a restorative broth was best.
Yes. I've always believed in myself. That I, Dolly Delico, could do anything I put my mind to. As a matter of fact, I think it's possible for me to make a name and no small fortune for myself in the culinary world if I chose to do so. That said, I could toil for days and not craft a dish this sublime. It's quite obvious by your cuisine that you gentlemen have found your true calling in this life.
Sir, pleasure to serve you.
However, I do have a request of my head chef. From now on, Please handle the children's meals as well. I simply can't hold a candle to your skill.
What do you say, Chef?
Yes, it would be an honor, Sir Dolly. Come on, we've got more meals to prepare for.
Chef!
Let's get to it.
My, you've actually made a concession. I never thought that I'd see the day.
I had a dream today.
Did you?
In it, a ghost paid me a visit. I fear should I worry her too much, she may stay around to haunt me.
I see. If infirmity is what summons her, this ghost must care for you deeply, sir.
I suppose she must.
I see. Is that so? Seems this balancing act's been difficult to manage.
This is not something to laugh about, sir. The case is still unsolved. And what's more concerning is we have no leads. I must ask, Lord Johannes, do you still intend to leave the matter to Dolly Delacoe?
Tell me, might there be an alternative that you'd suggest, Sir Maurice?
No, sir. But at this rate...
Dolly is playing a waiting game. The case will take a turn, and the culprits will soon be exposed.
If I may, my fear is these brutes will eventually affect the true of Vamp.
Yes, of course. No matter how high the cost may be, we must do everything in our power to prevent a collapse.
Well now, there's no turning back.
Our message has been crystal clear. Do you suppose they've received it?
Unless they're somehow even dumber than they look, they have to have gotten it by now.
With the police of the blood on high alert, it'll be harder to get around.
Once they do realize what we're after, they'll have no choice but to make a move.
Then I would say it's high time we proceed to the next phase of the plan.
God is out there somewhere in this world. It won't be much longer before we destroy you!
Right. Understood. Thank you. Oh, Dolly boy.
What have we got?
Well, circumstances are the same. There's no known connection between the victims. And similar to the other murders, no clear motive behind the crime. Oh, can't forget the party favor.
Yes.
Your thoughts, Dolly?
The very first vampire to exist, true vamp. It has been said that our entire race can be traced back to this entity.
If the documents attained by the Vlad family hold true, then yes.
It's also been said Trump's initiative supersedes all other vamps, while simultaneously connecting to each one of us on a mental level. Now then, taking that into consideration, do you think the killings reached the true vamp?
For a Grand Guignol, right?
I do wonder, what does Trump feel about this?
Hey, look there. Oh, it's Professor Krause, with his head in the clouds again. Just leave him be.
Lovely weather we have today.
So you finally decided to accept the support of your appointed staff, eh?
Yes. Assigning the personnel to their proper roles. That is how a true leader ought to conduct their business, at least in my opinion.
Quite. I did happen to notice you were going a bit too far regarding the kids.
I've got Dino and Enrique, and surprisingly Gerhardt helping me. A fair system, as I'm providing assistance with their children as well.
That's so. I'm happy to hear it.
Today we're more than brothers of the Vlad Agency. We're fathers who can raise our own children. And as a bonus, they're all capable of changing Ul's diapers if needed.
I see. Impressive.
That's not even the most impressive part. The other day, Ul played peekaboo.
My word. Peekaboo, you say?
Yes. Though the hardships of child rearing are endless, being able to witness your own child's growth firsthand makes the exhaustion irrelevant.
Do well to remember, children tend to grow up incredibly fast. Make sure to savor every moment you can get, understand?
Yes, of course, sir. If I'm being completely honest here, I've started documenting my parental quest. Raphael has even grown a bit in only a matter of weeks.
We are only concerned with the status report on the investigation. We are not interested in your parental quests. Lord Johannes, please, do not waste your time indulging in such pointless conversations about fatherly pursuits.
Well, I'm not bothered. Balancing child rearing with the investigation is the nursery's objective, after all.
If we're not able to detain the culprits responsible, then at the least we should be attending to Trump's safety.
Regarding that, Trump's whereabouts are highly confidential, Sir Maurice. Within the Vlad Agency, Sir Umberto, the deputy director, along with a handful of agents, are the only ones privy to that information aside from myself, of course.
The days of living in such precaution have passed. Listen, the stakes are too high. Lord Johannes, if this leads to a collapse, what will we do then?
Where are the children?
They've settled in for their nap, finally.
Have Lord Johannes and Lord Maurice taken their leave?
Yes. Couldn't make out what he was saying, but Lord Maurice seemed really hot under the collar.
Yes. I have to say, I'm quite surprised to see how anxious he was. The agency's third in command seemed troubled.
You shouldn't speak ill of your superior officer, Dolly.
So explain, please.
Right. What's got him so bothered is fear of a potential collapse.
A collapse? A crash of Vamp society?
Throughout history, we've experienced a handful of such disasters. We can't afford to let another take place.
The most recent catastrophe was just over 80 years ago, which produced the greatest number of casualties, and no other has even come close.
And due to a decline in Trump's mental state, came that mass mortality event. True, a vamp may be immortal, but if plagued by suicidal thoughts, then vamps in every nation will begin killing themselves in devastating numbers. A large-scale mass suicide.
And for that reason precisely, Vlad Agency must work to make sure our god stays in a positive mood. Much like babysitting, actually.
Sources say Trump abstains from any form of interaction and lives an extremely reclusive existence, with a mind that is delicate and quite unstable.
If the criminals responsible for the recent outbreak of murders succeed in their attempts to make contact with Trump, then it may well bring forth a new collapse in vamp society.
We've no clue as to Trump's whereabouts. Dealing with a moody god is taxing. Seems as if there's no end to the trouble it brings us.
Sounds like someone's awakened from their nap.
now, you certainly took your time.
Consider the hardship of my circumstance. If anyone saw me coming here, that would be the end.
Relax. No one is aware of your affiliation. How goes the investigation, Maurice?
There's no progress at the moment. They're on standby, waiting for what your next move will be.
Sounds to me like they don't have any intentions to stop the killings right now. If you really think about it, kind of a smart move on their part.
That's because they're only concerned with us making contact with the true of Vamp.
Oh my. And they don't care about the number of lives that may be lost? Honestly, it's downright cold-blooded.
Tell me, do they intend to provide protection for the true of Vamp?
Surely they will. There must be a plan in motion, correct?
It's possible they're proceeding with caution. They must realize if they're not careful, they risk an intel leak.
Do you think they have any clue on what we're really after?
It's likely they know our objective, considering at least one of them seems to have a sharp intuition.
You mean Dolly Delico? That guy's such a pain in the ass.
Well, if they don't make a move, we'll just have to shake things up a bit.
Why not have this guy spill the beans already? Tell us where to find the true of Vamp.
What are you talking about?
I'm sure you must be aware. Vamps in their cocoon phase are emotionally unstable. Delusions and hallucinations tend to be pretty common.
Oh, what's a girl to do? I just love everyone in the world so much. I suppose the only choice I have is to love you to death, Maurice.
Please, I don't know anything, I swear. I have no knowledge of Trump's whereabouts.
By my initiative, I hereby command of you. Kneel before me. Have you forgotten that I hold initiative over your pathetic existence? And that means every movement you make will be under my command.
There, my good little boy. Children who sleep a lot grow a lot. That means sleeping is your only duty. Oh, Raphael, you're awake as well. Hey, it's awfully close to snack time, son. Why don't you ask Clara to prepare one?
No.
Not in the mood to eat, huh? Perhaps a longer nap will help.
No.
I see. Well then, how about we read a book together? I'll even let you pick whichever one your heart desires.
No!
Then let us play a game of tag in the...
No! I don't wanna!
Everything's fine, Al. Raphael, please speak more quietly. Your shouting has woken your brother. Come on, play peekaboo with him.
No!
Just what are you so upset about anyway? You're still his big brother, understand? Look over here, Al. Would you like for your older brother to play a game of peekaboo with you? Raphael, go ahead.
No!
Apologize, Raphael. Right now.
No, I won't! I'm sorry!
Hurt your little brother and made him cry. Apologize!
No, I don't want to!
That is quite enough!
I wish he was dead! I don't want a brother!
What's going on here, Dolly?
Acting like a baby.
Well, when toddlers begin to reach a certain age, they start behaving as if they were babies once more. It's fairly common.
And what would be the cause?
In cases such as this one, it most likely involves a younger sibling.
So, are you saying that Ol is the reason Raphael's doing this?
It's pretty obvious to me. Although my girls began their no phases when they were only 2.
Then it's a belated no phase, I suppose. How amusing.
What exactly is this phase?
It's self-expression. Children go through this while they're developing their own identity. They lack a broader grasp of language. So no is their reply to everything. It's also known as the first rebellious phase.
Wow, look at you, Gerhardt.
Well, clearly. I've read through all the informative material I could gather regarding this phenomenon.
What do you suggest I do about this?
Nothing you can do but accept it. Raising your voice or any act of physical harm is out of the question.
Raphael's been easily frightened ever since he was a baby. He's never been one to cause trouble like this. He's always done exactly as he was told. Or maybe that was his own way of spoiling me.
Go on, keep it up. You're giving us quite the show. Dance some more for us, your lordship.
Guys, he looks like a complete idiot. I can't stop myself from laughing.
All right, Kitty, calm down. No need to be funny.
Have mercy, I beg you.
Very well, I suppose you may stop. I think I'd much rather see you choke yourself to death for my own amusement. Go on now. Don't take all damn day. Hurry up and die.
He's had enough. Like it or not, he's still useful.
Then no more dying.
If only we could have used initiative to make him tell us about True Vamp from the beginning.
Right? Then we wouldn't have needed to do all the other unnecessary crap.
Hey, give us every piece of information you have about the True Vamp now.
That I cannot give you. Threaten me all you'd like. Hold my entire family captive. But I have nothing to tell you about the True Vamp.
This is turning out to be an absolute pain. Perhaps this is the work of an anti-initiative. They've taken precautions to make sure the intel on Trump never gets out.
I doubt it's just this guy. I'm sure everyone within the Vlad Agency's been fitted with this anti-initiative.
Makes me wonder, who could even do that?
It must be Johannes Vlad. He commands an illustrious house from the old days. Their family head has always served as the director of the Vlad Agency. He probably used initiative of his own.
It's a certain requirement in order to join the Vlad Agency. You can even consider it an initiation.
Hold on. Isn't it against the rules to bite people in order to gain initiative over them?
Goes to show how serious they are about security, especially regarding Trump's intel. I'd presumed once they learned our identity, they would act immediately to protect Trump, which would have given us the opportunity to suss out a location, but...
It's fine, because our plan is still in its infancy. Prepare yourself, my initiative slave. I've got one more job that requires your services.
Afternoon, sir.
Clara.
I see little Earl sleeping rather soundly.
Indeed.
I heard about the incident earlier with Master Raphael.
Oh yeah, that. Clara, you have children of your own, correct?
I do. I've got 5 of them, all boys.
Raising 5 boys is quite impressive in and of itself. And here I have my hands full with just the 2 of them.
Whether it be 1 infant or 10 kids, rearing children always proves to be a challenge.
And how did you handle such a task?
Well, sir, I did everything I could. Of course, I had to take it easy sometimes.
Take it easy, eh? How rare.
Remember, the perfect parent doesn't exist, Master.
You know, I've always thought there was nothing the great Dali Delico couldn't do. But as of late, I've been clueless on how to handle Raphael.
If you're uncertain, you'll have to think it over.
Yes, I suppose you're right. Delico's our upper crust even amongst aristocrats. I'm required to raise him well. His noble heritage demands it.
If I may, sir. This isn't about an aristocrat raising a child. It's about a parent fulfilling their duty.
Right. I'll keep that in mind.
One of you must be the thief. Oh my!
Miss Detective, what crime have I committed?
You stole our cake and then you ate it up without even sharing. It was you. Oh no, not him! I can't believe that Mr. Dino would do such a thing!
A baseless accusation. You make that claim, but offer no proof. Leveling such an accusation without any evidence could be considered defamation of character.
Hey, you're supposed to say, I confess, forgive me. Yeah, Papa. Mr. Dino isn't any fun to play with.
Oh, I don't care for your tone.
Oh, lighten up, Dino. Look, just play along for a little bit. Surely you've played pretend with Theodore before.
And yet another false accusation. He's being raised with purpose. From the moment he could stand on his own, his education and discipline has been in service to his eventual leadership of the House of Classico.
Hold on, does that mean Theodore has never played pretend before? That makes me feel sorry for him.
Theodore is well above your station and does not require your pity.
Hey, I don't care for your tone.
I know. We should see if Theodore will play with us. Great idea.
Apparently, the police of the blood will increase their patrols around town. They're also attempting to gather additional eyewitness reports.
It's useless, I'm afraid.
Have you not been paying attention? 2 weeks with no new incidents. Seems as though our perpetrators are being more cautious.
I'm not convinced.
Too preoccupied with your children, are you now? Something is causing you to be slightly less irritating than usual.
Well, I'm somewhat lost regarding Raphael's no phase. It's a real problem.
What has got you so fixated on child rearing anyway?
Do you think there's something wrong with a parent focusing on raising his child?
I know it was my suggestion to balance the children with the mission, but you've taken the parenting aspect to extremes. Why?
Quite simply, it's because that's what Frida wanted.
It's a curse.
A curse?
Yes, a curse called love. Quite serious.
I'm surprised. You waxing poetic on matters of the heart.
Make no mistake, I mean it literally! Dolly, Frida's last wish has completely shackled you! It's most certainly a curse!
It may be, but aren't you bound as well, Gerhard?
Greetings, sir.
What is it?
Lord Johannes wishes to speak with you at once.
Sir, you're saying that documents regarding the Vlad Agency have been stolen?
Yes. An internal investigation's begun, and we've already determined who's responsible.
Oh? Well, who is it?
It was Sir Maurice.
We'd wondered if there was a leak somewhere, but I never would have suspected him.
He was quickly apprehended and taken into custody immediately. But something unexpected happened during our interrogation. Something shocking.
Please, Lord Johannes, our people are in extreme danger. Their goal is for true event.
So he took his own life.
An autopsy was performed at once, during which yet another shocking revelation suddenly came to light. There were what appeared to be bite marks on his shoulder.
Someone had initiative over him.
About the stolen documents, none of them included any information regarding True Vamp. However,
there was one document in particular that contained a list of the names of every Vlad Agency operative. We suspect that our enemy has possession of that intel.
So it's likely that this place could come under attack at any moment.
None of this has been made public yet. I'm sorry, Dolly, but I'm afraid this is it. The time has come to close the nursery.
Oh, there he is! Hey, Theodore! How would you like to come and play dolls with us? It'll be so fun.
I'm busy reading right now.
Aw, but you can read a book anytime, you know? Come on, put it down and play with us instead.
Would you shut up? I have absolutely no interest in playing with children like you.
You don't have to be so mean, Theodore. I think we should go, Lucia.
I can't. No, I have to keep working hard to become a proper aristocrat like my father.
can't believe you dragged me down into this dump. If this isn't worth my while, it'll be your tomb.
Of course. There's someone I think you'd be interested in meeting.
Who the hell is this guy? Some kind of clown that escaped from the circus?
This gentleman happens to be one of the few people to see Trump with their own eyes.
What did you say?
And yet everyone refuses to believe him. They're chalking it up as some sort of fable. But still, we're certain that Trump's existence is undoubtedly real. Our good friend Juris here has had the pleasure of meeting the true of Vamp.
Hey, Pizarro. Be honest with me. Does it look like I give a damn if the true of Vamp exists or not? All I want is to stay in my cocoon phase forever.
Absolutely. Well, I have no reason to object.
Seriously? Now he's overdoing it.
Perhaps he's attempting to experience a second cocoon phase as an adult.
You'll dig yourself into an early grave if you don't rein it in.
This feeling, it'll never end. An everlasting cocoon phase.
I'm presuming the victim is.
Indeed. Yet another member of the Vlad Agency.
And this one makes 6 now.
As per usual, there's a bite mark on the side of the victim's neck. Most likely an attempt to extract intel on Trump via initiative.
We can all agree here. The Vlad Agency is being targeted.
Every active agent has been given orders to go into hiding. Let us hope that'll prevent any further casualties.
What an absolute pain in the neck. Especially considering how well the nursery's been going.
If this relieves the burden of playing at domesticity, I welcome it. Having said that, each of our respective estates are now known to this adversary, including yours, Sir Dolly.
We should relocate the children somewhere safe until the case is resolved.
I agree.
Here, catch! I don't have it now. The ball's over there. See? No fair. You two are working together. Raphael! What are you waiting for, silly? Go get the ball, Angelico. Go get it. Raphael, here.
What on earth is going on in here?
He did it. Raphael threw the ball and it hit Angelico.
Don't worry yourself. Just a bit red is all.
Raphael, you should apologize. But it wasn't even my fault. You made Angelico cry.
Miss Lucia, Miss Elena, listen closely. My home isn't as spacious as Master Dolly's, do you understand? I'm glad you girls are full of energy, but I must insist that you both settle down a bit.
But Miss Clara, it's really boring here. Yeah, I want to go home right now.
Girls, once your father's work is finished, he'll return to take you home. Until then, why not have something to eat?
No, he needs to take us home now.
Come now, Miss Elena. It won't be long. Now, how about we have some nice...
Take a look, Theodore. Is that sad or what?
Not now. Just go away.
They have some nerve comparing you to those tantrum-throwing juveniles.
I don't think anyone will ever get it.
No one understands you're all grown up, do they?
You just shut up already!
Why is Theodore always being so mean to us?
Young Master Theodore, I know you're angry, but you must refrain from using such language.
I wasn't. It's all because of them. Those cursed stuffed animals keep mocking me.
What stuffed animals?
Young Master Raphael?
Where are you off to? It's unsafe to be outside.
I'll tend to the others. See to young Master Raphael's safety.
Of course.
Is it me? Or is Raphael sad? Yeah. I wonder what's going on. I hate you. I wish I never had a little brother.
are, young master. Such a caring big brother you are to check up on Master Ull. You know, your father once said to me how certain he is that Raphael is going to be the kindest, most loving older brother.
Not as kind as you'd think.
Oh. Young master, why have you made so much trouble for your father as of late?
I'm not making trouble.
But you're clearly harboring something against your father. Why is he the only one you say no to?
Promise you won't tell?
Of course. I won't tell a soul.
It's because it's just... he's... I don't like all. It isn't fair. Why does he get to keep Father all to himself?
Oh, I see now. I believe you're lonely. That's all, Master Raphael.
Hey, do you have any idea why he's crying? How am I supposed to know?
There you girls are. Why are you running off?
Has everyone in the estate been evacuated?
But of course, as of now, the Delico residence is completely deserted. And all of the children are safe, staying with a nearby nanny.
As requested, various members of the Vlad Agency have gone into hiding, standing by until further notice. And as of this moment, there have been no additional disappearances.
Not yet, anyway, right?
How comical. Our solution for this is to flee and conceal the agents of our organization. Sir Dali, this assembled team is under your leadership. Thus, you should set the agenda.
Have you devised a plan yet?
Well, obviously so. I've enlisted the help of our very own director. Our lordship has agreed to be the bait. Once Lord Johannes retires to his quarters, I imagine the sight of him alone would be enough to lure out our prey.
My, have you gone entirely mad?
And what'll we do if these guys manage to succeed in killing Lord Johannes?
Remember our true objective. The mission here isn't protecting Lord Johannes, but the elimination of any and all threats to the true Vamp. As I've said, every sacrifice is justified now.
Even so, using Lord Johannes' bait is just...
The director of the Vlad Agency is a position passed down his bloodline. Meaning, even if Lord Johannes is slain during this mission, his son can take over, simple as that.
You're asking a lot here.
My suspicions are correct. Sir Dali Delico, you have completely lost your mind, and that's putting it mildly.
Perhaps just a tad, but he will prove to be too tempting to resist.
Seeing how I made the decision to appoint you as head of this task force, if this is the plan you've concocted, I'll voluntarily act as bait.
Lord Johannes.
I'm honored to hear that, sir.
But first, there's one concerning matter at hand.
Of course, sir. There happens to be one member of the Vlad Agency who's disobeyed the direct order to go into hiding.
So, defying orders.
Who's the insubordinate, sir?
I'm certain the name is familiar to all of you. It's Sir Umberto Lent.
Why would he refuse?
Unbelievable. Of course it's the Vlad Agency's second in command.
Talk about cautious. Seems like he's been given pretty tight security.
Naturally so. His safety is our priority. We can't risk anything happening to him.
Well, here's hoping that Dolly Boy and Gerhard can talk some sense into him.
It's good to see you again, Lord Umberto.
The feeling is mutual. If I do recall, this is our first gathering since you two joined the agency. I've taken notice of you both since your days back at the clan. I'm certain your fathers are very proud of your efforts. If only they were alive to see the men you've become.
That's right. If memory serves, you attended the clan with them, did you not?
I did. In fact, Lord Johannes and I were associates of theirs at the time, only we were 3 years ahead of them. We were all in our cocoon phases back then, and that wasn't such a pleasant sight. I'm sure the both of you can relate to that. The stories of how you two competed in the clan traveled rapidly, even reaching the Blood-Pact Council.
If it's all the same to you, sir, I'd rather not speak about that time.
It's funny how your fathers considered each other worthy rivals even at the clan. Though they were competitors, they were still the best of friends. From where I'm sitting now, it seems to me both of their sons are following suit.
Dolly and I, best friends? Sir, I beg you, don't jest. With him, I would never.
No need to blush, Gerhard.
Stop spewing nonsense.
Yes, do forgive me. This is not the time for nostalgia, I suppose.
We've come to see you about a delicate matter. I trust you're aware of what it is.
I am.
We've been given a task, and that's tracking down the group responsible for this recent spree of murders.
Yes, I've seen the reports.
They are after certain intelligence regarding True of Vamp's whereabouts. We've devised a plan. Lord Johannes Vlad will act as bait to lure this murderous group out of hiding.
My, that's a rather bold strategy you put together, Sir Dolly.
Here's the dilemma. If you refuse to go into hiding, that gives our foes 2 potential targets instead of 1, which would mean our resources would be divided, lowering the odds of success in this operation.
So please, reconsider evacuating.
Well, Sir Dolly, Sir Gerhard, the 3 of us are aristocrats of noble standing. You 2 were privileged to have inherited the honor of your fathers, so you should understand why, in the name of that honor, I won't resort to fleeing from our enemy.
The agency has a duty to uphold. We must protect Trump, as well as prevent what could lead to the downfall of our kind. I'm fully prepared to surrender my pride before the enemy, or anyone else's, in order to uphold that duty.
This is surprising. Perhaps you're not so much like your father after all, Sir Dolly.
Hey, Dino.
What is it now?
Why do I feel strangely sleepy?
We're still on duty here. Gather yourself immediately. I should have guessed. Sleeping gas. They've gained the upper hand.
Hurry and bite your tongue. If we pass out here, we're done for.
They forced me to spill my own blood. They'll learn it comes at a price.
What'd you have to dodge for?
Dino!
Ooh, you didn't succumb to Katerina's gas? That's actually impressive. Go on, Abraham. These 2 seem like they are in desperate need of our love.
Is something wrong, Dolly?
Lord Umberto, pardon my impudence, sir, but at this moment, you'll be the one serving as bait.
What?
Excuse me.
Oh dear. Forgive us for re-interrupting.
Oh, not at all. We were actually expecting you to let yourselves in any time now.
Let me kill him.
Dino! You bastards!
Wanna know a secret? Thanks to my cocoon face, I love absolutely everyone. But that's not the only secret. Thanks to all the loose screws I've got in my head, this little body of mine is strong as a bloody monster! Okay, big guy, I think that's enough fooling around with these warm-ups. How about we get to the main event?
I'm not sensing a lot of restraint.
I could say the same. I wouldn't fault you if you only got your blade. This is familiar. Reminds me of our fencing lessons back at the clan.
Set aside reminiscing for now.
Are you okay, Dino?
I never believed it possible to feel this level of insult. This truly calls for a punitive response.
Of course. Sure it does.
How rude. It's not proper manners to invite yourselves in without an introduction.
You're not done in here yet? Can we finish this up? I'm ready to go home. So, we meet again, Dolly Delico.
You're acquainted, I see. That night when the Delico estate was targeted, there was a report stating only one vamp was seen escaping from the premises following the attack. It's you, I presume.
Well, you've undoubtedly confirmed my suspicion. Your presence here lets me know that Pendulum is behind these foul murders.
And what if your accusation is correct?
I must admit, this case had been perplexing enough to frustrate me. But I dare say, I'm relieved. And now, I'd say it's time for the purge.
Dolly, dear, I hope you know which of us will be the one who's purged!
What in the world?
Hey, did it slip your feeble mind that we were also right here?
Dolly, are you all right?
Yes. Greetings, noble aristocrats. A valiant effort, but it's obvious that we've achieved checkmate in this game.
The soiree's been such a gas, and victory tastes so sweet.
Hold it, right there. You would be wise to release him without further conflict.
Yeah, nice try, but I have doubts about them heeding your warning.
You're right about that, Redhead. The agency's second in command here is in an exclusive group. One of very few people who possess any credible information on the true of Vamp.
Using initiative won't get you anywhere. We have thought this through, you know. In order to prevent us from leaking information regarding Trump, we've all been given potent anti-initiative.
Yeah, I know that. Exactly why we targeted this one.
I don't understand.
I spent quite a bit of time poring over your record that old man Maurice so kindly acquired for us. It's tragic how you've always been second best. With all due respect, Lord Umberto, you've consistently been a step behind Johannes Vlad. Forced to wither away in his shadow for nearly your whole damn life? Surely that has had some effect on your loyalty, has it not? Seems entirely possible that my initiative might supersede that of your rival Johannes. With you at least.
Just hurry up and fight him already!
It's futile. I will never divulge a single detail about the true of Vamp.
Really? How can you be so sure?
My good Sir Dolly, a Vamp's sense of pride isn't something to be surrendered.
What are you saying?
The old death before dishonor bit, I'll be damned.
You wasted too much time talking.
The Trump intel doesn't make a difference.
Then why did we even come here?
I'm here because of my undying love of destruction. Laying waste to people and their relationships, ruining their lives. The only thing I want of this world is to see it burn and die. And if it turns out that this true of Vamp character really does exist, I will ensure that they meet the exact same fate. Slaughtering a Vamp they say cannot be killed. That sounds like a very enjoyable challenge to me.
Damn you!
Let's go.
Come back!
Forgive my stating the obvious, but it seems we've made a colossal blunder.
Dolly.
Lord Umberto executed his duty, and he did so gallantly. Honor demands that we repay his sacrifice.
The police of the blood will handle the rest of the investigation.
I've sent a messenger to Lord Johannes. He needs to know what's transpired.
It's time we head home. The kids are waiting for us.
Children, I'm sure you're all hungry by now. Go find your places at the table. Children, I'm sure you're all hungry by now. Go find your places at the table.
Miss Clara, there's a problem. I can't find Master Al anywhere.
The kids are gone.
Excuse me.
Aw, come on, you can't go to work already. We still have to play our game, Papa.
I'm really sorry, girls. I'll come right back here once I finish up.
Okay, but you had better mean it. You promise us?
Yeah, of course I will.
Well then, I'm off. I'll return soon, my son.
All right.
Raphael, you're in charge while I'm gone. Look after your brother. Listen closely, Raphael. I know it's a heavy burden, but you're the only brother O has. And if anything were to happen to me, well, son, his protection falls to you.
No, I can't. I can't protect them even if I wanted to.
Look at me, son. I know you're capable of doing this. You're a Delico, aren't you? And we always rise to the occasion.
No parting words, Theodore?
Nothing to be said.
Not even a fond farewell from his own child.
Just stop it. I told you I'm not a child.
He sounds so desperate. Well, have it your way, Theodore.
Perhaps you girls should find a quieter form of entertainment.
Just for once, why don't you stop acting like children?
We are children. Yeah, how else are we supposed to act?
Well, I can't read with all this racket. So both of you need to shut up.
Excuse me? You don't have to be so mean about it, you jerk.
All right, children, settle down. Maybe this just goes to show it's better to be quiet. Perhaps you girls and Master Theodore could possibly...
That sounds fun. How about it, Theodore? Do you want to play tag with us? What a great idea!
Oh, Miss Elena, let me take a look now.
Meanie, you owe Elena an apology.
Out of my way.
No, you did something wrong, so you need to apologize right now.
I told you I'm not apologizing.
Say you're sorry.
Get your hand off me, you pest!
How dare you! I should apologize.
Let go of me!
Please, young master, stop this fighting at once.
That's quite enough! Young masters, I demand an explanation.
Theodore was being a jerk and yelling at Lucia and Elena.
I know an old man like me shouldn't impose with such notions, but I really would like it if you all could find a way to get along.
And that's what me and Lucia have been trying to do.
Whenever a fight comes about, it's important that you make up afterwards. Do you all understand that?
We do, Miss Clara. Everybody has to get along.
Young Master Theodore, young Master Angelico, this goes for you as well. You need to apologize to each other.
I'm sorry, Theo.
Master Theodore?
Go on, be a good boy and apologize.
I won't. I'm not at all sorry.
Even though you know you did something wrong.
I wasn't the one behaving like an animal.
But you do want to get along with everyone, don't you?
I see no reason for getting along with a bunch of children.
What are you talking about, Theodore? Remember, you're a kid as well.
No, I'm not! I am not a child! Just go away! Leave me alone and stop bothering me!
Who are you talking to? There isn't anyone here but us. What's going on, young master?
From the sound of it, he's experiencing cocoon phase hallucinations.
Hold on, you're...
Mother!
Pardon my intrusion. I rang the bell, but no response, so we decided to let ourselves in. Kate Lorca,
I'm part of the Vlad Agency. It's a pleasure. Lucia and Elena's mother as well.
Then you're Master Enrique's...
Yep. This is our wonderful mother. Our parents have a political marriage. We overheard them talking about it.
That's not information you needed to share.
Sorry.
A pleasure to meet you all. I am Master Theodore's mother. Or one could say I'm his surrogate mother. I serve as a butler to the Classicos. My name is Albrecht, madam. Apologies for any confusion.
Earlier, you described what happened as a cocoon phase hallucination.
I find it hard to believe when young Master Theodore's only 7. Is that possible?
There have been other cases. It's what's known as a premature cocoon phase. Normally, cocoon phase symptoms begin manifesting during puberty, around the age of 13 to 14. Strange things can happen in this time. Auditory and visual hallucinations, along with delusions, jealousy, and even severe mood swings. Each vamp has different cocoon phase symptoms. The state is intensely unstable, and that's why we send them to the clan for monitoring. Though unlikely, on rare occasion, a child will reach the cocoon phase a bit earlier.
What on earth could cause such a thing?
I have to potty.
Then go to the bathroom by yourself. You're not a baby anymore.
I believe the young master is desperate. He wishes to grow up as quickly as possible. It's Master Dino. He expressed his wishes on several occasions that he should be the next family head. It's quite likely the pressure of those sentiments has been weighing on Master Theodore all this time.
While he's still but a young child.
Such a fate is rather common for those born into noble houses, of course. That said, the Classico family has more than their fair share of problems, which is why I act as a surrogate mother.
I don't intend on criticizing someone else's familial matters. I'm here only to collect my young girls and leave.
Pardon, but how did you know where to find this place?
Our top brass has issued an order. All members of the Vlad Agency were to go into hiding, but only at locations apart from their own residences. And so, my husband insisted both girls take shelter at a place he referred to as the nursery. I had some of my best men look into it, in order to see what he's up to.
What a coincidence. I've also had some concerns, and I followed my employer in secret, just out of concern for the young master.
This all unfolded because of Sir Dolly's ridiculous joke. Frankly, I find it vexing.
Listen closely, Raphael. I know it's a heavy burden, but you're the only brother Ulg has.
Not fair. I never wanted to become a big brother at all. Hey, Raphael, where are you going?
To get rid of him.
Get rid of him? What are you saying? You can't get rid of your own brother, Raphael!
Huh? He's getting rid of all? He's what? That's not good. Let's go, Theodore! We need to stop him right now! I'd feel bad for all if someone got rid of him.
Hold on, what do you want me to do about it?
Huh?
Why don't you tell an adult?
Because you always say you're not a child anymore, Theo! That means you have to do something! Yeah, if you aren't a kid, then that makes you an adult now, right? Come on! If you're the grown-up now, then you need to stop Raphael! Please, Theo!
It's fine to say no. This is too much to handle. You're just a kid.
Why don't you go find an adult, Theodore?
Damn it!
We should go with him, Lucia!
Thank you for your hospitality, but I'll be taking Elena and Lucia home.
Yes, I'll also be taking Master Theodore. My thanks for watching over him.
Afraid I can't allow that, for my employer has tasked me personally with the responsibility of watching over all the young children in his stead. If the entire agency is now being targeted, as you say, don't you think the safest place for the children to be is here? This nursery isn't public knowledge, so the children are better off staying.
So you think?
I'm in service to my master Dali Delico, and I'm acting on his direct orders. I can't allow these children to leave without his express permission.
This leaves us in a bind.
I can tell this won't get us anywhere. May I discuss with Sir Dolly?
Of course. Then you'll be staying here until Master Dali returns from his urgent matters.
Fine. I suppose I will.
In that case, why don't you both join us for a meal? I can warm up some delicious stew right away. Children, I'm sure you're all hungry by now. Go find your places at the table.
Miss Clara, there's a problem. I can't find Master Al anywhere.
Master, I beg your forgiveness. If only I hadn't taken my eyes off the children.
No, the fault isn't yours, Miss Clara.
Indeed, considering the both of us dropped by unannounced.
Hey, nobody is to blame here. You really don't have to beat yourselves up.
If they're accompanied by Theodore, then that's some relief, seeing as my boy is quite the clever one.
About that, there's something you must know.
Sir Dino, I have reason to believe he's entered a premature cocoon phase.
What?
We've seen he's suffering from auditory and visual hallucinations.
He's in his cocoon phase. That can't be. Theodore is nowhere near old enough for that.
But sir, I believe young Master is desperate to live up to your expectations of him. To grow up as fast as possible and become a proper aristocrat, much like his father.
To place such a heavy burden on a young child at that age. Sir Dino, how could you?
Now.
This is not the time for bickering. We need to hurry and find the children immediately. I'll contact the Police of the Blood for assistance.
Where are we going? Let's turn back and head home. Just go away. I didn't ask any of you to come along.
It's obvious that we can't do that now. Not with your talk about all.
You know I wouldn't really do that.
Huh?
That's a relief.
Wait! If not, then where are you taking him?
Hey, Raphael, I just thought that if O was gone, then it would make my father really upset.
What are you on about?
Wait, so you took your brother away just to make your father upset? Well, yeah. It's because he only wants to pay attention to O. But what about me? I want father to play with me too.
Oh, so that's what you wanted this whole time?
I wish mine played with me.
We love when Papa plays games with us, especially tag.
Unbelievable. They're all on the same page. Fine, I get it. Let's all cause some trouble. Really upset our fathers.
Your father too, Theodore? Sounds fun. Let's join in.
Tell us, where do we go? What's your plan?
To my grandpa's house.
Your grandpa?
Yeah. He always comes by the house.
Oh, that fancy pants old man who meets with your father? I think his name is Johannes.
Why would you want to see Lord Johannes?
It's because my grandpa is more important than my father, so he can scold him for being mean to me.
That's a great idea. But do you know where your grandpa's house is?
Actually, where are we anyway?
Looks like we've got a lost pack of fancy little brats.
What are you doing in this part of town, kiddos?
And who might you lot be?
Well, ain't you highfalutin'? With that kind of stuck-up attitude, they must be some rich aristocrats' kids.
Yeah, so what if we are? Leave us alone.
This place is called Gray Cat Town. Because when pretty little white kitties like you stroll in here, they always end up getting all grimy and gray.
Let's just go.
Whoa there! Not so fast.
Bet your parents would pay us a nice fat ransom, eh?
You spoiled rugrats need to learn a lesson about waltzing in where you don't belong.
No, don't you worry. I'll take on these thugs myself.
Looks like we've got a tough little man on our hands. Hey, boys, let's dance.
You scumbags need to learn some manners.
The hell? Go on and stop her.
So tell me, boys, do you want to feel a little more of my love?
She's a monster!
How rude of them to call a proper lady like me a monster. I already regret taking it easy on those bums. Oh, so adorable! What a precious bunch of babies you are! Come here, Abraham, you have to see!
Miss, thank you for your help.
Oh, you don't really need to thank me for that. It was as easy as taking out the trash. You're super strong, aren't you? In fact, I am the strongest there is. My friend Abraham over there is a close second, though. You mean you're even stronger than that big guy? This is a dangerous part of town for kids like you to be in. It's rough, you understand?
Yes, ma'am!
Let's go.
Bye-bye! Goodbye! Thanks again, miss!
Huh. Something strange about those kids.
Are we near Grandpa's house yet? How come we haven't found it by now?
If you don't know where it is, then we should just go back. Yeah.
I don't want to go home.
That may be the case, but where else are we gonna go?
I'm starting to get real tired. I'm about to starve.
Hey, Raphael! It's getting really late. We need to go back home.
And now, little O's crying.
You poor children. What are you doing out at this hour? Do your parents know where you are?
My goodness! I thought I should keep an eye on you, and it seems my hunch was right. Be quiet. Put a sock in it. Stop bawling, would you? I swear. Are you just out wandering the streets at night, or what? Is there somewhere that you're trying to go?
We're going to Grandpa's.
Oh, yeah? I supposed to know who your grandpa is? To be honest, I never expected it to be the Johannes Vlad.
Is this place really Grandpa's house?
Yep, that it is. Seems the intel Maurice liked for us turned out to be way more useful than I ever imagined.
Huh? What was that, miss?
Never mind what I said.
Excuse me. We've come here to see Grandpa?
Your grandpa? Who are you kids? And what's your name?
Raphael? My name's Raphael Delico. Please let me see Grandpa.
Wait, did he say Delico?
Could he be Sir Dolly's son?
Go. Send a message to Lord Johannes immediately.
Right.
It's amazing. We really did find Grandpa's house. We need to thank that nice lady for her help. Wait, what? Wonder where she went.
That was a close one. Who would think I'd just run into Deli Delico's kid? Wow, wild turn of events. And the target for our next raid's been confirmed. What cute kids. They could come in handy. Abraham! Go tell Keith and the others what just happened!
So yummy. Oh yeah, super yummy.
Hey, Raphael, don't you want any?
Well now, are you feeling better?
I apologize, Lord Johannes. I know it's quite late.
I must admit, I was rather surprised to see you children at my door.
We were almost kidnapped by some bad guys on the way over here.
Oh, bad guys, eh?
But then a nice lady beat them all up and saved us. And she was super strong, too. Yeah! I want to see her do that again.
That's well and good. But if you had been harmed, your parents would be quite sad. Surely you don't want to make them sad now, do you, children?
No. I like it the most when Papa and Mama are smiling and laughing.
Right. So will you promise me that you won't wander away again?
Yes, we promise.
Your parents have been informed. They should be on their way to fetch you shortly. They'll be relieved to see you, no doubt.
I bet Father is going to be mad at me.
What a day. Who would have guessed the kids would go to Lord Johannes' place all on their own?
Yes, that was quite the trek for them.
It's upsetting, but I'm so relieved that none of them were hurt. Yes, Dolly? What's wrong?
Nothing new. It's just that I'm reminded once again how difficult all this is.
That doesn't sound like something you'd say.
You've based your whole personality on one thing, delivering the impossible. So don't lose heart now.
Things have changed, and now I wonder, do I truly understand my own children? I'm a poor excuse for a father.
The very same could be said of me.
I have to include myself.
It's part of life. Our dear children will grow up, and we will grow as parents alongside them.
I suppose you're right. Let's take them back to the nursery so they grow properly, and shower them with love.
My goodness! I thought I should keep an eye on you, and it seems my hunch was right. Be quiet. Put a sock in it. Stop calling, would you? Are you just out wandering the streets at night, or what? Is there somewhere that you're trying to go?
We're going to Grandpa's.
Seems the intel old Maurice swiped for us turned out to be way more useful than I ever imagined.
Excuse me, we've come here to see Grandpa.
Who are you kids? And what's your name?
Raphael? My name's Raphael Delico. Please let me see Grandpa.
Wait, did he say Delico?
We need to thank that nice lady for her help. Wait, what? Wonder where she went.
What a day. Who would have guessed the kids would go to Lord Johannes' place all on their own?
It's upsetting, but I'm so relieved that none of them were hurt. Yes, Dolly? What's wrong?
Things have changed, and now I wonder, do I truly understand my own children? I'm a poor excuse for a father.
The very same can be said of me.
I have to include myself.
It's part of life. Our dear children will grow up, and we will grow as parents alongside them.
I suppose you're right. Let's take them back to the nursery so they grow properly, and shower them with love.
I suppose this is the nursery now. Yes? You must be Theodore, which means your father is Sir Dino?
Yes.
The Classico family is one of great prestige. Someday, you'll be the one standing at its helm. Tell me, young man, have you ever tasted coffee before?
No, sir.
Well then, care to give it a try?
Of course. It's bitter. Ew.
Yes, it is. My apologies. I suppose it's not suited for a child's palate.
I'm no longer a child, sir.
Precocious. I admire that. But you only experienced childhood once, so enjoy it. When these years are over, you'll never know their like again. Soon you'll be an adult with responsibilities, desired or not. You'll grow in due time, that I can assure you.
Useless words from an old man. You must admit he does have a point.
Pardon, my lord, but someone has come to collect the children.
Very good. Sounds like your parents have arrived. You may enter. Who are you?
Fire!
But where are the children?
Dolly!
We can't let him go alone.
The police have replied. Just great. Dino, are they?
Yes. Those blank looks. They've definitely fallen under the influence of someone's initiative.
They aren't fighting of their own volition! Don't kill them!
Where? Dolly! Let us handle this! Be careful!
Hi there! Wasn't expecting to see you so soon.
Shall we get started with round 2?
Oh, Abraham spews oil just as he strikes the flames. Not the neatest solution, but it'll give you a lovely third-degree makeover.
And that should be the least of your worries when you have feet into your wet.
Hey, no reason to be shy.
Let me show you some love, Dolly.
Oh my! Not what I had in mind, but I do appreciate you clearing a path for me. Many thanks.
No. He did not escape from us, did he? Just wait. I am going to love the ever-living daylights out of you.
formidable opponent in my younger days!
Man, that took way too long.
Father, you here?
Oh, hello, children. I'm taking you home.
Avoiding lethal force is oddly arduous.
Well, eliminating them is always an option.
That's out of the question. Remember, they're being controlled with initiative. We don't take innocent lives. It's Kate!
I'm here to assist.
Shocked, yes? I may not look the part, but you'll find I'm familiar with some Pancratian.
Where's Sir Dolly?
He went after the kids.
Then I suppose you three should get going. The two of us will hold them here.
An offer we'll happily accept.
Best of luck.
I must say, I have great taste in women. You're amazing.
Don't flatter yourself. And you stay out of my way.
I'll do what I can, my lady. Now then, let's get to work, shall we?
End this already. Now die.
Leave him alone! Get off of him right now! Oh, my father!
Annoying brat.
Move!
Raphael, no! No one will stand in my way. Not until I have my vengeance on Trump.
Your vengeance? What's funny? Have you lost it? Oh, I get it now. It's the smell. That stench, much like a gutter rat's odor. You're a damn Peter. Sorry to disappoint. I won't be meeting my demise just yet.
Damn you, Delico.
Really? Can't we walk around like normal for once?
Not when we have faster ways to travel.
Well, how unfortunate. Looks like you're finally out of options, Dolly Delico.
If I try hard enough, I imagine I'll find one.
Your guess!
You know! You're finished!
It's been fun, Dolly. Time to die! There's blood on my face. Did you break my nose, you animal?
Where's the masked one?
Behind you! Well, Delico, I have you now.
That all you've got?
My, you really hate losing, don't you?
I'm certain that spark will dim once we remove his heart.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I like the sound of that.
Dolly! Dolly boy, are you okay?
I'm fine.
Well, this wasn't part of the plan. Didn't think his henchmen would show up. Guess we were having too much fun.
Your Dolly boy's in pretty bad shape. I suggest you tend to his wounds before he bleeds out.
Put us down! I can't just pull out! Where are you taking us? Hey, let go of me!
What do you think you're doing with our children?
Oh, we only need to borrow the brats for a little bit, that's all. We're not gonna kill them. Not right away, at least.
We won't let you take them.
Farewell, my lords. Look forward to seeing you again.
Damn you!
Ciao.
Theodore!
We have to. No, not in your condition. You'll stay, Dolly Boy. I can't stand aside when I'm responsible. If I hadn't established the nursery in the first place, they would still be safe.
This is no time for rash action. Think it through. We lose ourselves to recklessness, and there will be no one to save our children.
Regretting the past won't change the present. So I suggest that we all calm down and start contemplating our next move.
She is right, Sir Dolly.
Crying.
Judging by the sound of it,
It's coming from somewhere nearby. Hush now. I'm here. And everything is going to be all right. Is it settled?
Mostly. All of the officers who had been put under initiative have been hospitalized. Their injuries will be seen to. Many are likely to recover in time, at least physically speaking.
but there's no way to reverse the initiative that was placed upon them.
The only option is to keep them in custody indefinitely.
Those poor men. I still can't believe they managed to bite so many.
We know their objective. They want to uncover the true of Vamp's location. Of course, that information is well protected and guarded. And if these deviants have done their research, they know everyone in the Vlad Agency is under Lord Johannes's initiative.
That's right. And it would explain why they chose to set their sights on the head of the agency.
Yes, but why take our children?
Most likely as bargaining chips to negotiate with Lord Johannes. A dastardly tactic.
Wherever they've been taken, he's with them. That's a small blessing, at least. And Lord Johannes is known for his sharp wit. Even as a prisoner, he won't make things easy for the enemy.
Don't be so sure. Dolly Boy!
Lord Johannes is part of the Vlad clan. They have one goal above all. Their entire bloodline is dedicated to protecting the true of Vamp. And protecting Trump is tantamount to defending the entire vampire race.
If it came down to a decision between our children's welfare and that of all Vampkind, I think we can say without a shred of doubt which Lord Johannes would choose, can't we?
And because we are all members of the Vlad Agency, we might be forced to make the same choice.
Enrique, what are you...
Not that I can make that call myself. I mean, there are children after all. If I have to decide between saving our kind and our kids, I'll pick Lucia and Elena every time.
I, for one, feel no need to reproach your outlook, considering that it will be a non-issue if we can recover our children in time.
Right. Hopefully Lord Johannes can stall these perpetrators until we can track them down.
We'll just have to have faith. However, there is a limit to how long he can afford us. If he's to decide, no matter how horrendous it may be, he will choose Trump over our children, without question.
Dolly Boy's taking a while. How much longer do you think he'll be?
Look after him.
We assure you, young Master O will be safe, sir.
Even at the cost of our lives.
It won't come to that. we'll return with the rest of the children. We've only begun to embark on this child-rearing journey of ours. We'll still need your help for many more years to come.
Master Dolly.
I'm off now. Take care. And try not to worry. We will see you soon.
Of course.
Please be careful, sir.
There. Don't fret, little one. I'm sure your father will return with Master Raphael and the other children soon. And when you lay eyes on your big brother again, you won't be lonely anymore.
So, tell me, after everything that's happened, Dolly, why return to your estate?
Well, my curiosity has been piqued.
Oh, by what?
I noticed something about one of their members. A certain smell, to be precise.
Do spare me the suspense. What are you referring to?
The stench of a gutter rat.
I'm sorry, a what now?
You mean a Dhampir?
The hybrid offspring of a vampire and a human. That's right. Their blood supposedly gives off a disturbing aroma, repugnant to our kind.
So, we can assume that one of Pendulum's members is a Dhampir. But what difference does it make?
We've been unable to find a single trail leading to them. We're here because this may be the clue we've needed.
Wow, a hidden stairway.
Come along
now. I must say, this is very intriguing.
I'd like to know where it's leading us.
Yes.
An underground archive.
On what exactly?
What else? This archive holds every shred of information regarding the true event.
What? Are you telling us you've stolen top secret documents from the Vlad Agency?
Of course I didn't steal them. Everything in here is a copy.
It makes no difference! You're a member of the Vlad Agency! How could you do such a thing?
Well, since the original documents have been stolen, these should prove handy.
This is certainly a massive breach of protocol, but I suppose it's worth overlooking for the moment.
I'll happily accept whatever punishment later.
So, what are we hunting for?
A possible link between Pendulum and Trump. When I fought the Dhampir, it reminded me of something. And not some long-forgotten factoid either. No, it was something quite recent. Here we are. This is it.
Give us a look then.
Just about 1 year ago, give or take, there was an incident in a certain rural town. Look, this is the case file in Nebula Village. Dhampirs were the only residents.
The Nebula Village massacre file.
I recall such an incident being discussed throughout the Vlad Agency.
The village was burned, and all of its inhabitants were slaughtered by the true Vamp. It was reduced to ruin and rubble.
No one will stand in my way, not until I have my vengeance on Trump.
Your vengeance? This Dhampir of ours must be a survivor from that village.
Hey! You dodged! Alright, that's my turn, so you better watch out! Hey! Let go, Raphael! I found it first! No, it was me! It's not fair!
I suppose children can adapt to any situation, huh?
I guess so. It's like we're running a nursery.
It was mine, Raphael!
Hey, little girl, wake up. I said to wake up, damn it. Come on.
Just 5 more minutes, please.
How about eternity?
You're amazing! Really? Yeah, I am pretty amazing, right? Thanks, kid.
And so are you, Blondie?
Jeez, What is this, a damn kid's show?
My, such enthusiasm this morning. A bit intense for my taste, though.
Katarina, can you do cool moves like that?
Of course I can, sweetie. It's a piece of cake for me. And now, jurors, don't forget we need them. Let's not be foolish.
None of us are babysitters.
Look at you now. So much for the proud noble scion of the esteemed Vlad family.
Pride is more than a matter of appearance. Nothing has changed at all.
Well, I find it adorable how strong-willed you are. In fact, it's actually quite attractive.
Never mind that. Let's get right to the damn point, shall we? I want Trump's location now.
The true vamp, nothing more than a fairy tale that you so gullibly believe in.
Listen, old man, there's no use in patronizing me. You see, that guy in the mask has already had the pleasure of meeting Trump.
If you were to find the true vamp, what would you do?
Good question. To be completely honest, I haven't got the slightest clue. All I know is the boss wants Trump's location. And me? I'm following orders like a good little soldier.
The true vamp is a precarious deity. Direct interaction is a risk we cannot afford to take. And so, we keep watch carefully from a distance.
See, that's not gonna work. And now I'm annoyed.
You know, you really should slow down on those.
Trump's supposed to be some kind of immortal, right? A mysterious deity who's incapable of dying. Makes me wonder how you can kill it. Oh, now I'm really interested in finding out.
A cocoon phase addiction.
Lord Johannes, we're willing to give you 1 week. Use that time to think it over. If you remain unwilling and refuse to tell us where to find Trump,
then we'll start killing those little brats one by one, and you'll have a front row seat.
Then do what you must. The survival of our race takes precedence over the lives of even children.
That's so. Not sure if you're bluffing or what, but I guess we'll find out soon enough, won't we?
Kiki, honey, would you mind telling us what's going on?
What did you do?
You like? Pretty great, right? Abraham and I put all this together. Had to use a good chunk of my money. I want to make sure the kids don't get bored. Abraham helped. You went halvesies with me, right?
Well, it is beginning to look like a nursery now.
What are you idiots doing? This isn't a game.
Don't be a grouch. There's no harm in livening things up a bit.
Can we go play now? Of course you can. Go and do whatever. You're our guest.
Thanks, Kiki. You're the best.
You can say that again.
Go ahead.
It's so cute.
Raphael, let's go. Okay.
Come on.
Hey, what's wrong with you? Don't you want to go and play with the other kids?
I'm not like them. Anyway, when will you let us go?
Well, that's a good question. I don't actually know the answer. Let's ask Keith. The cutie wants to know how long they're gonna be here.
Why the hell are you asking me?
Such a pain in the butt, jeez.
I'm very sorry we had to involve you in our agenda. I'm not sure when it will be, but I'll see to it you get home, so don't you worry.
I'll never trust a single word said by any of you criminals.
Listen, sweetie. Children like yourself are supposed to be more childlike.
Maybe, but I'm not a child.
Well, if you're not a kid, then what are you?
You're looking at the next head of House Classico. A noble like my father. I'm nothing like you people.
Uh-huh.
Hold it! What the hell do you think you're doing? Want to see what happens if you harm any of them? I'll rip off that mask of yours and beat you to a bloody pulp with it!
Suit yourself.
That guy has serious problems. Does he hate kids or something?
Not all of them. Just kids like him. Children of aristocrats, to be specific.
Hold on. You sound like you know his situation.
Yeah, well, maybe I do know.
So, gentlemen, what did you want?
We've come to make a small request of you, in your capacity as chief of the Vlad Agency's intelligence office.
Sir Dolly, you must know I'm not exactly fond of you, right?
I'm not surprised, but I appreciate your honesty.
Lord Johannes seems to think very highly of you. However, for my part, I'm not the least bit impressed, and I cannot endorse your brazen bucking of order in the execution of your duties.
I see no reason to contest that opinion.
Nor do I. In fact, please do continue.
And of course, there's the matter of our children. They're in this mess because of you. That said, I realize you couldn't have predicted this would happen when you started out.
True indeed.
Oh, a surprisingly productive outlook. You seem to have a very fine partner, Sir Enrique.
I know.
It's a shame the same can't be said for her.
Wait, what do you mean by that, Dino? Let's ask Kate. I'm a good husband, aren't I?
We're still on duty here. That's enough personal chit-chat.
Fine.
Sir Dolly, what is this small request?
I need intel about something. From a year ago, an incident that took place at Nebula Village.
Nebula Village. As you're aware, Dampiers are hybrid offspring, a mix between humans and vampires. A crossbreed of the two, but still outcasts to both. The records show, in an attempt to escape a world of bigotry and mistreatment, some Dampiers founded their own village. Dampiers are susceptible to congenital illnesses, and thus have a shorter average lifespan. Another cruel fact of their existence. Perhaps because of this, because their own lives were so fleeting, the villagers worshipped the immortal True of Vamp, revering what they could never have. Then True of Vamp descended on the village and destroyed everything.
But why did Trump show up in the first place?
I couldn't begin to answer. There isn't much to be gained from speculating on the whims of a god.
And the slaughter of the Dampier villagers? Was that on a whim as well?
It's difficult to say. It was similar to the collapse phenomenon, the traumatic mass killing of vamps due to Trump's mental state and initiative. On the day of the incident, with no warning or provocation, the people of Nebula Village began killing each other, and thus, the settlement was completely wiped off the map.
But somebody survived the massacre and its aftermath. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, that's right.
Well, actually, there are 3 confirmed survivors who managed to make it out of Nebula Village, as miraculous as that may seem.
And what became of them all afterward?
One was an infant at the time. The child was taken in by a Dampier orphanage. There was also a young boy. After the collapse, he was adopted by a human, a hunter who attended to the incident. And the last, it seems he's missing.
What was his name?
Shad Juris. He was an advisor to the mayor of Nebula Village. He was found at the site, covered entirely in burns and close to death. He was transported at once to the blood-packed hospital, and that was the last place he was seen.
Yes, that's him. I'm sure of it.
Do you really think that Shad Juris has something to do with this, Sir Dolly?
I do. The foul smell of Dampier blood. The severe burns covering his whole body. Pure hatred for True of Vamp. I am not mistaken. Juris has joined forces with Pendulum.
You told me a story once before. Since he was unusually chatty, I figured he must have done a good amount of drinking.
Really? That doesn't sound like him.
Our Juris is originally from Grey Cat Town. It was here that he met someone very important to him.
Ooh, how interesting. Are we talking about a love story?
Yes, we are.
fateful encounter, most cruel, and yet tender.
Step right up, people, and come take a look. From beef to lamb to hare to snake, I've got any type of blood you could possibly want. Do we have a taker? What'll it be, ma'am?
Hair. I'll take 3 jars, please.
Excellent choice. You again? Right.
Hey, come back here.
Filthy little dampier rascal!
A Dampier lives a difficult life. For Juris, it began at birth. He was abandoned and grew up without family.
Well, since humans and vamps hate Dampiers, I would expect nothing less.
With a bit of luck, Juris somehow managed to survive. He was found by a Dampier woman who took him in. But then, well, as you know, they don't live for long. After his adoptive mother passed away, Juris had no other options and survived by drinking her blood.
How sad. I guess he really wanted to keep living.
He did, but the world didn't make it easy for him. A Dampier child can't survive on his own.
It's nasty. Why is he drinking blood from a smelly rat?
You gross!
It stinks. He's a Dampier. Why else would he drink such filthy blood?
Children, please. Don't taint yourselves loitering near that urchin.
Yeah, he's right. You're disgusting. You smell like a sewer rat. Get out of our town! You little... You're nothing but a stupid Dampier! Filth! See what happens when you defy your betters? This is your fault!
Hey, are you okay?
And that was how Chad Juris came to meet Rosa. When no one else would, she took him in and brought him to Nebula Village.
That's nice, but taking in a Dampier is a pretty weird thing to do.
Not so weird, because everyone living in Nebula Village was a Dampier themselves. Of course, since she was also a Dampier, I'm certain Rosa couldn't just leave him to succumb to a life of rejection and hate.
Birds of a feather sticking together, huh? So anyway, that's how Juris left Greycat Town and came to live in this Nebula place?
Correct. It's where he lived and grew up, and made a life of his own.
Carlo? Oh, and hello, Torsten. What's going on?
Nothing much. Rosa just mentioned something about us all having dinner together. Care to join us?
Of course. I'd be delighted to.
Food really does taste better with company.
Certainly is a tremendous amount of food.
It's so good.
Help yourself. Hey, you okay? You're spacing out. Is something the matter?
Oh, no. It's nothing.
Rosa had grown into a beautiful woman and Juris was smitten. Sadly, Rosa never saw Juris in the way that he saw her. And then, tragedy came upon them. Out of nowhere, the true Vamp appeared in the village. What followed after was not but ghastly destruction. Because of Trump's initiative, the inhabitants of the village began senselessly murdering each other. It's over now. He might have been happier if he had died with the other Dampiers and with Rosa. Juris was found on the verge of death and taken to a blood-packed hospital in a nearby town. where he was resuscitated. But the idiot decided to run off before he could fully heal. So after losing his home, and losing Rosa as well, he has nothing left. Except the horrible burns covering his whole body.
Hearing how terrible his life was makes me feel bad for the guy. I mean, not enough to cut him any slack for earlier. If he threatens a single one of those kids again while I'm around, I'll knock his block off. Abraham, you'll keep a good eye on him, right?
You're such a sweetheart, Kiki.
Well, yes. I am, aren't I? Wait a second. There's something I don't understand. What is he doing working for Pendulum? That doesn't make any sense.
Please. I would think it's obvious by now. To get his revenge. Vengeance on the immortal Trua Vamp who took away Rosa and the only place he called home. I still have no idea how he managed to do it, but he made contact with our boss.
So tell me, you're the one searching for the Trua Vamp, are you not?
Yes. Your organization seems like it might be able to help me.
We're a collection of believers in the primordial faith. Devoted followers of the powerful Trua Vamp, if you will. I'm not certain how our particular group lines up with your vendetta against our god. That said, it's possible that, seemingly opposed as we are, you might nevertheless be able to make my dream come true.
And what dream is that?
Let's say, I aspire to make our beloved god, the Trua Vamp, very happy.
He wants to make Trump happy? What for?
Can I ask you something, Kiki?
Okay.
Why'd you join Pendulum? Why would a nice girl like you want to work with a bunch of rogue vamps like us?
I guess I really just want to stay in my cocoon phase forever. And I need these to do that. I suppose that's why. Nothing more. That's all I want.
For what it's worth, I hope you can find happiness as well.
Nice of you to say, but that's not possible for me. And even if it was somehow, it would be in the far distant future. Somewhere else. A place where there are tons of marigolds blooming.
Marigolds, the flower that symbolizes despair.
I'm running out of time. I need to get this done. Hey, don't you go dying on me, alright? Well, not yet at least, but please feel free to do so after you finish playing your part in this.
Right. We can't procrastinate any longer than we already have. Our children are in danger, and the more time passes, the more dire their situation becomes.
I agree, but for now, hurrying won't help us.
Given our lack of concrete leads, it's best if we take things one step at a time.
The fact is, for now, we must continue to have faith Lord Johannes will stand firm.
If I'd known we'd be walking so far, I would have dressed myself in lighter garments.
Here we are. Greetings, young man. We are looking for someone.
Hello there. Not very often we get visitors all the way out here. So can I help you, gents?
You can, actually. Are you the hunter who attended to the loss of Nebula Village roughly a year ago?
I am. My name is Sekishu.
Well then, am I correct to assume that this young man is one of Nebula Village's survivors?
Please grant me the gift of everlasting life. Save me.
Is this your initiative? Rosa, what were you thinking? No. Stop this. Don't do it!
Shad, you haven't changed one bit. You're the nicest man. Kinder than anyone I know.
You've gone mad. But still, I can't let you die. I can't lose you too. You're the only thing I have left. Rosa, Torsten, please don't.
I must. She wants to die, and I have to help her.
I'm sorry! Rosa.
Well, I suppose you'll be the one to do it then.
Oh no. Don't make me do this. I can't be the one to kill you. Stop. Please don't do this to me! Trump. The true vamp. The original vampire. The first, the unknown and unknowable progenitor of our race. If you truly are this so-called god who controls everything about vampkind, then I'll...
Yes, that's correct. I was in Nebula Village when it happened. The Guild sent me. Some vamp murders had been occurring there around the same time, and I was tasked with looking into them.
But it would seem your investigation took a turn for the unexpected after you arrived.
Well, I never thought the true vamp would show up. An entity that was supposed to be a fairy tale standing right there, in the flesh.
And how are you so sure it was the true vamp?
Because, despite all my efforts, there was no way to kill it. After seeing what I did, even a fool could have told you. The true vamp really does exist.
The question remains, why would Trump wipe out an entire village full of Dampiers?
Don't know. Although...
Go on. We'd like to hear.
Nebula Village held on to the primordial faith. Its inhabitants worship the true vamp very much like a god. When you're a Dampier, death is never far behind. The logical explanation is that the villagers were desperate to gain immortality.
Even so, why would that result in a massacre?
Maybe it became an annoyance.
I'm sorry, I'm afraid I don't follow.
Well, for Trump, having worshippers like that must be vexing, like flies following you constantly. Granted, I'm just speculating here.
Actually, you're pretty much right on the mark. It's for that reason that the Vlad Agency strives to keep the primordial faithful from making any sort of contact with the true vamp.
I must say I'm surprised. I wasn't expecting to see vampire nobles today. This is a violation of the treaty.
True, this isn't sanctioned. But we must speak with the Nebula survivor.
After that day, Bonry had nowhere to go, so I decided to bring the boy with me.
A human hunter adopting a Dampier child can't be a common occurrence.
No, Bonry is a human.
But Nebula Village was a Dampier settlement, right?
They took him in as a baby. It was found abandoned near the village, so they gave him a home. Bonry, take a break. These men would like a word with you.
What's this about? You lot are vampires, aren't you?
Oh, you can tell.
I'm training to become a hunter like my master. so I've learned to spot the differences between humans and vamps. And I hate your kind, so excuse me. I've got to get back to work.
Come now. Don't be like that.
I have nothing left to say to you, so please leave.
We have questions to ask you about a man named Shad. I believe he's also a survivor from Nebula Village.
He was a creep, always underfoot, following the acting Mayor Rosa around like a shadow, as if he was someone important. If you ask me, that irritating jerk should have died with the rest of the villagers that night. But he didn't.
This jerk you speak of is now a member of a murderous criminal organization known as Pendulum. He and his accomplices have kidnapped a Blood Pact Council official, along with several innocent children.
If you could share any information you have about him, that would help our investigation.
As I have said before, I'm not particularly fond of your kind, so I've got no reason to tell you anything.
In that case, we can always persuade you with a little force.
Let's calm down.
Really? I would love to see you try, vampire.
Lower your axe, Bonry. Remember that our enemies are the vampires that cause trouble in human territory. These four gentlemen aren't like that.
But, Master...
I beg you. Please, one of the captive children Shad Juras abducted is my only son.
He took my twin daughters as well.
They were your children?
We wouldn't have considered asking this of a human if it wasn't urgent.
Well, Bonry?
Oh, all right, fine. Shad came to see me a while back.
He came here?
At first, he was unrecognizable. Hard to believe he survived, considering what happened to him. Want to tell me exactly what you think you're doing here? Huh? Hey, say something already.
I don't...
Hold on, are you dying?
Yeah. I'm not long for this world. Vampires have never had long-lasting lives. And my injuries certainly haven't helped.
Well then, you should have gone to a hospital instead. Fool.
There's something I need to do. Before my time is up, I must complete this final task.
What does this task of yours have to do with me?
Good question. I never got along with your family, so I know what you must think.
Then what's this about?
When I heard you'd survived the disaster as well, I wanted to see you. You and I are the only survivors of what transpired that night. I won't be coming back, but if you're ever in any sort of trouble, I'll do what I can, considering our shared background.
You'll help me in the shape you're in?
That's a good point. Anyway, you can find me in Grey Cat Town. If you ever need anything, don't hesitate to ask.
Grey Cat Town? That was the location he gave you?
Yeah.
Let's make contact with the info brokers. They may be able to pinpoint the hideout.
Wait, are you planning to kill Shad?
If I'm required to, yes.
I see. In that case, can I ask you a favor?
What is it?
Just, well, if you do kill him, could you make it quick?
You want us to show him mercy?
I mean, I never liked Shad all that much, but deep down he's not really such a bad guy. So please.
Understood. You have my word.
Your cooperation is appreciated, and we'd also appreciate your discretion.
Oh, of course, I understand.
Thank you. Farewell.
Are you quite sure that was wise?
You're not seriously asking me that, right? Yes, I'm sure. I am a hunter, after all. And if Shad's abducting innocent children, then I can't stand by and let him get away with it.
A noble sentiment, but I should point out you're still a hunter in training.
I know. But I'll become much stronger than I am now. So I can protect those who need protecting.
You're still alive? Come on, do us both a favor and lighten up a little. I mean, you are the freakiest dude here. Makes me wonder what your cocoon phase was like. Hey, what the...
Time is running out. It won't be long until I die. I need to do it before then. Trump. I'm going to kill that immortal god.
We've narrowed down the likely hideouts and posted people to keep watch.
Luckily, we've spotted our unsavory friends coming and going from this location.
And you think that's where our children are being held?
Indeed, along with Lord Johannes.
That is, if they're still drawing breath anyway.
I've been pondering this for quite a while now.
Oh? What's that?
Were you born with any emotion at all, Sir Enrique?
What? Of course I was. What a rude thing to say to me.
If you were, it isn't perceptible.
We must go and retrieve them at once.
Grandpa!
Huh, children, you're not hurt, are you?
No, we're all fine.
I see. I'm pleased to hear it.
We're more worried about you, sir.
So I've got the children worried now, do I?
The chains won't come off. Can we go? I don't want to be here anymore. Me neither. They keep lying about when they're gonna let us go home to our parents.
Lord Johannes, agency members can't be forced to divulge any information concerning the true of Vamp. Is that true?
What if it is the truth?
Then it shouldn't be an issue if you were to willingly spill the details we're looking for.
If you don't tell us what we want, one of the children will die every 5 minutes due to your silence.
My answer remains the same. The mission takes priority.
Right. So what you're saying is, your mission's more important to you than these brats' lives?
He's a liar. Don't worry, Grandpa's gonna protect all of us. Lucia! Put his hands down right now!
Juris here is dangerously close to running out of time, so we've got to move things along quickly.
You say your mission takes priority over their lives. I do hope you're sure of that. I wonder how many of them it will take. Let's find out.
Are you okay? What the hell are you doing? Looks like you're trying to kill the kids behind my back!
Whoa, calm down, Kiki. Let's talk, okay?
Hey, Abraham!
Oh! What the? We're supposed to be on the same side here, aren't we?
I did warn you. I said if you tried to harm any of these kids, then I would beat you to a bloody pulp!
Teach them a lesson, Kiki!
You bet I will!
I'm gonna shut you up once and for all. You stupid girl!
What did he do?
I don't know.
Fine. Now you've really pissed me off.
Your turn.
Kiki! Oh no, Raph! You'll be okay.
Raphael Delico. It's only right we start with him, huh?
I'll talk.
But, Lord Johannes...
What happened to prioritizing the agency's precious mission?
Well, I guess even he can't be that cold-hearted. Fortunately.
The true Vamp is at the clan.
The clan?
Hey, hold up. Isn't Trump supposed to be our god? What's a deity doing at the clan?
What the?
Over here!
Let's go.
Right.
Split up and search the interior.
Understood. Dino and I will go to the right.
You men take the opposite direction. Gerhard and I will head straight in.
Sir!
And here we are again. So stubborn.
We do seem to keep meeting like this. Can't say I'm pleased. Although, this time you have the misfortune of facing both me and Gerhard together.
You'll have to get through us if you want to proceed.
Dino, what's the plan?
I will crush them as my pride demands. Let's see how well they handle a taste of Pancratian.
likely they'll force their way in. I say we grab Johannes and head to one of the hidden tunnels. What?
Wow, that was a really bold move you pulled, Theodore.
That's fine, Theo. You're always trying to protect the others.
Why, you stupid little shit! Come on, let's just get out of here.
Juris. In your condition, you'll just slow me down. I'll take it from here. You're aware cocoon phases can yield various symptoms. Well, some of them can be quite irregular. In such cases, the symptoms are extraordinary, being able to show your hallucinations to other people, predicting the future. Some are even able to captivate others with just their sense of smell. I would like nothing more than to tell you about mine.
That's it. So that's how you...
I'll have you know, I can escape these ropes no problem. What the...
These particular ropes have metal sewn into them. Even you won't be able to slip out of them so easily.
All right, one down.
Where'd the other one run off to?
My son.
Is that Father?
Oh, Raphael. I'm so glad to see you're all right.
Lucia! Elena!
Papa! You're here!
What a relief!
Guess what? Raphael, Angelico, and Theodore fought the bad guys. They were so brave to protect us like that. It was the most amazing thing ever!
Go on, give him a hug.
Right. Well done, Angelico.
There you are, son.
I'm so sorry. I simply wasn't strong enough to save Lord Johannes.
There's not much you could have done.
Yeah, you're still just a kid, Theo.
I've given you the noble education required to succeed me, the kind needed to lead House Classico, and that standard will not change because of this. However, from now on, I believe we can afford you a bit more leniency. Well, what are you doing? Come, Theodore. At once.
Go on, Theodore. Go ahead.
There. Everything is all right now. Yes, it is. It won't be long now, Master All. Your father should be back with Master Raphael and the rest of the children soon.
Pardon the intrusion, but I'll be taking over as the child's babysitter for the time being. Although, I highly doubt you're going to believe me. I shall be taking over as the child's babysitter for the time being. Although, I highly doubt that you'll believe me. If you're willing to surrender him quietly, then no harm will come to you or the child.
I'll never give Master All to you.
I see. Then we'll take him by force.
I'll deal with you. Now you'll feel the wrath of Fern.
No, Ferdinand!
Worry not. We'll take good care of him.
Wait just a moment. I'll be going with you as well.
What? With us? Why ever for?
Because I'm the one in charge of his care. If you're taking the young master, then I'll be joining you.
You're worth nothing to us. The brat's the only hostage we need.
Not quite. Are either of you familiar with how to change a nappy? I highly doubt it. So I'll be coming. And if you object, then Master O will stay right here.
Should I kill her?
It's fine. Let's just bring her along too.
Really?
I'll admit, the old woman does have a point. And we need the little noble here to last until we get what we're after.
No, Clara!
Listen, Ferdinand. If Master Delico returns with the others, inform him of what's transpired.
So, Pendulum orchestrated another kidnapping, and this time Ol was the victim?
That's right. I assure you, I tried to fight the intruders, but I fell short. Master, I do apologize for my failure.
Just great. We're really paying for not nabbing them earlier.
But how? No one knows about this place. We're the only ones privy to that information.
It's because of us.
What do you mean, Theodore? Explain yourself.
It's our fault. We kept asking them if they could just bring all of us back home.
This stinks! Hey, Kiki!
Yeah? What's up, kid?
This place is starting to get boring!
Yeah.
Tell me, how long are you going to keep us here?
Not sure. Do you want to go home already?
Of course.
I'm ready to go home too. You're ready to leave, aren't you, Raphael? I still need to apologize. What do you need to apologize for? I took my little brother all outside without permission, and that's why Grandpa's house burned down. If anything were to happen to him, then Whoa, easy there. No crying, alright?
Very well then. Let's take the children back home, Kiki.
Really?
Why not? We'll have your daddies come and pick you up. Oh no, there is one small dilemma. We don't know where you live, so we have no way to reach them.
We know. We've been staying at Claire's house for a while.
Clara?
Yeah, she's an amazing cook. I think you'd love the food she made.
My. That sounds truly delightful.
That's how they knew about it because of us. If we hadn't said that, then maybe Ol and Clara wouldn't have been kidnapped.
You needn't worry. We will retrieve both Ol and Clara. They'll be just fine, right, Sir Darling?
Of course, without question. By the way, is anyone else here starving?
On reflection, we haven't had a thing since this morning.
Well, how about it? Let's share a nice meal with our children, shall we?
Two managed to escape. Shad Juris and Katerina as well. Both Kiki and Abraham were detained. They're undergoing questioning now.
Their leader, Keith, was also apprehended. He was unconscious at the time of arrest and remained so. Given his condition, he was taken to a blood-packed hospital where he is being treated under heavy security.
So then, as soon as Keith wakes up, we can begin interrogating him too.
I don't think that's in the cards.
How come?
According to the doctors, Keith is bereft of any of the somatic reflexes that would indicate life.
In other words, he's not in any shape to be answering our questions.
Indeed. So for the time being, we have no choice but to track down Juris and Katerina somehow.
Let us begin to assess. They have Lord Johannes, and now they've captured both Clara and Ull as well.
And because of Kiki's testimony, we're reasonably certain what their next destination will be.
How many times must I say it? Johannes told us everything already. We know Trump is at the clan.
That's so. It's hard to believe that the head of the agency would fold so easily.
Well, I would have protected the little sweethearts even if he hadn't. I mean, really. At this point, I probably love those kids almost as much as you do.
This is part of your cocoon phase, isn't it?
Score one for Dolly. That's exactly right. Don't be jealous, though, because I love you. I always have, and I know I always will.
That'll change once your cocoon phase ends.
But it won't. My cocoon phase is never ending. So I'm going to love you forever.
You're doing nothing more than using these pills to revert to your cocoon phase. Once they start wearing off, you'll be joining our ranks as a full-fledged adult vamp soon enough.
It's actually kind of funny. The great god of vamp kind working at the clan. And of all things, who would have guessed as a teacher?
Yes, well, it's hard to imagine what might be going through a deity's mind.
Shad Juris is after the true of vamp. And he's not giving up. I have no clue why our boss let him join us, but I can tell you this. I even love that jerk. I have so much love to give to the whole planet. This is such an overwhelming feeling. Like I'm going crazy and I absolutely love it.
Even so, security at the clan is extremely tight. I can't imagine they would really make it easy for someone to just slip inside.
Perhaps, but you're forgetting one small detail. We're approaching an event where the ever-so-cloistered clan opens up.
That's right!
It's the clan festival.
Yes, exactly. The school's annual tradition. A large social gathering during which the students of the clan will showcase their talents. On this day alone, the clan opens its tightly locked doors, allowing visitors inside.
For outsiders looking to sneak in, it's a one-of-a-kind opportunity.
If disguised as ordinary guests, they'll be able to waltz right through the clan's front doors.
Seeing as it's the perfect cover, it's likely they'll strike that day. We can't afford to let them encounter the true vamp.
After all, our god certainly is a delicate one, right?
The trouble never ends when you're dealing with such a high-maintenance deity.
I promise you we're going to get your son back.
Yes, but where's this coming from? It's not just Ull. We'll rescue him, Lord Johannes, and Clara as well. Isn't that right?
I think the point is, you have our gratitude for risking your life. And not just for our children, but for every one of us sitting in this room. So thank you.
The feeling is mutual, Sir Dino.
True. Ull may as well be our collective son.
We will see him safely returned. Our pride demands nothing less.
Noblesse oblige.
Yes, of course.
To our noblesse oblige.
Theodore, what are you doing? Quiet! Shush! They'll hear us. Keep your voice down, okay?
If you wander around at night, you might run into a ghost. All right, kids. What's going on? It's awfully late for you to be up.
Well, it's just that...
Papa! We can't sleep at all. I wasn't able to sleep either.
Yeah, me too. I'm sure it's the same for Theodore.
Not good. You children need your sleep.
Considering everything that's happened, it's no surprise they're unable to rest yet.
I know. How about we read you a story? That'll help you fall asleep.
You mean it? Yay!
Absolutely. I wouldn't ever tell a lie. Never, right, Gerhardt?
Yes, you're certainly right.
Hooray! So which book should we pick?
There's no need to go snooping, young Theodore. We'll bring all back soon.
Oh, okay.
So tell me, what will you do once you find the true vamp?
Kill him.
Unreasonable thinking at its finest. How do you plan to kill an immortal god? That's impossible by definition.
I've got something in mind, believe me. But let's explore the inside of your mind, shall we?
Where are we?
This is the inside of your mind.
My mind?
It's a symptom of my cocoon phase, the ability to enter the minds of people I touch. It would have been nice to get the answers I needed out of you this way. But the mind is even more complicated than you guess. All I can do is simply observe the mental landscape that's already present.
Well, considering how often one's mind is a mystery to oneself, naturally the minds of others would be more complex.
I lost this ability when my cocoon phase ended and I became an adult. But thanks to Pendulum, I've recovered it. Though, it's still as worthless as ever.
Oh, wow. This is Rosa's mind.
Hey, Rosa. It's nice out today.
Carlo?
I'm going fishing with Shad and the others. Would you like to join us? We Dampiers don't get to have long-lasting lives. That's why I believe we should make the most of the time we do have.
Stop it, please!
Do you understand now? There's no room in my mind for thoughts of anyone but Carlo.
What an unfortunate power.
That it is. But every tool has its use. The mind is fragile. If it's pushed past its limits, it will shut down. It can even be destroyed. There are types of death beyond the physical. A dead mind means the body serves no purpose. This organ is the foundation of all living creatures. Even an immortal, undying god must have one in order to be alive. It's possible to kill the mind without killing the body. That's how I'll kill the true Vamp. Not physically, but mentally. Then, once Trump's mind is destroyed, the god of Vamps will live as nothing more than a lifeless hunk of flesh for all eternity. And that will be my vengeance.
I've got you, Master Al.
I see he stopped crying.
He has. You're much kinder than I had expected. Allowing me to take the boy out here, even though I could have easily called out for help.
To be honest, I just got tired of Juris yelling about little Ols crying. Besides, if you tried anything funny, you would have been dead in a heartbeat.
Goodness, what a dreadful thing to say.
He certainly is quite the cutie.
At one point in time, you were adorable too.
Wait, I was?
Yes, we all were once. Spending our days as infants sleeping peacefully while being cradled in the arms of the person we love.
Since I was abandoned, I didn't get to have that luxury as a child. Can't even remember getting a restful night's sleep in my life. Sounds lovely, but not everyone comes into this world wanted. Luck has its own role to play.
It seems like that's all the more reason to enjoy the life that you do have then.
Oh yes, I am, in my own little way. Compared to Juris, my life is marvelous.
That man, he's in so much pain.
He doesn't have much time left, seeing as he's a Dampier.
It isn't only that. The act of living seems to be painful for him.
It is. He's been that way for as long as I've known him. You see, I was the one tasked with his training. I've watched him, and it's almost as if he embodies all the hate in the world. He's a Dampier, so his life expectancy is short. I've known the guy for less than a year, but the time we spent together felt like decades. He held unfathomable rage. And it was all in the name of vengeance for Rosa.
Who's Rosa?
A woman Juris deeply cared for.
Well, that's a relief at least.
How's that relieving?
Because even someone as wounded as your friend has felt the joy of love once.
You're right. He's a lucky man. Oh my. Such a tiny little thing, but you're already a gentleman.
Really, of all the inconsiderate, self-absorbed nonsense, you dare ask this of me?
I know this is a huge request, but there's no one else we could think of to do it.
And you shall have assistance, as House Classico's butler. I know Albrecht will do his utmost.
Yes, I humbly accept this responsibility. Lady Kate and I will see to the children's safety at all times.
Listen, Butler. I'd rather you not go accepting any requests on my behalf, understand?
Hey, it's my you! You're gonna stay here and play fun games with us, right? Yeah, I want to play tag first.
It's no fair if only the girls get to play.
Okay, then you boys can play too, right, Mama? I can't wait! This is gonna be so much fun!
Oh, all right. I know when I'm beaten. I'll watch over the children while you're all gone. You gentlemen do what you need to.
She's gonna stay!
Thank you. We are in your debt.
We know that they'll be safe under your protection, Lady Kate.
We owe you for this. Thank you so much.
Would you kindly explain the purpose of these outfits?
It's simple, really. The aristocratic vamps gather from around the world to attend the upcoming clan festival. And if we're going to sneak in, then we have to look the part, yes?
However, only people with formal invitations can attend the festival.
Pendulum has confirmed that your current predicament is being kept under wraps. No one will be made aware.
Of course. If it were revealed that the head of the House of Plaid was taken hostage, it would certainly humiliate the Bloodpact Council after all.
You will be attending as a guest, and we'll be joining you as your humble servants.
You speak as if your plan is such a simple one.
Whether or not little Ol gets home safe depends on you. So you're going to help us. This attire suits you very well, sir.
Where are you going? Is it a secret?
I'm off to work.
But we want to go with you too, Papa.
I'm sorry, girls, but you can't go with me this time.
No fair! It's not just us. Angelico and Raphael want to go too. Oh, come on, Papa. Can you take us with you, please? Pretty please?
You two are staying here to help me watch the house.
Well, this is unfortunate. What should we do now?
I wish I knew the answer.
Stop crying right now. Our fathers have important business to attend to, and we can't get in their way. So how about this? I'll play with you all instead.
You actually want to play with us?
Sure. You pick and we'll play it, okay?
Okay, then I'll help watch the house. Yeah! Tag?
We'll be fine here. You can focus on your duty without concern for us. Raphael, Angelico, Lucia, and Elena, I'll protect them all. As a proud aristocrat, that is my duty.
I'm impressed. It seems that you have discovered your noblesse oblige, Sir Theodore.
We'll leave it to you. The nursery is in your hands.
Sir!
What's wrong, Theo?
Huh? Oh, nothing's wrong. Everything will be fine.
Do you really believe that Pendulum is going to show up at the clan?
They must have taken Lord Johannes with them for a reason, and this is by far the likeliest one.
We are encouraging them with the gag order. It will make it easier for them to use Lord Johannes as their way into the clan.
Exactly. Pendulum will be in attendance.
Whether they are, or they decide not to show, we should enjoy ourselves at the celebration. It's a special occasion. The clan festival.